Hi, good morning. How are you guys? It's so nice to be here once again on Saturday morning. Thank you guys for tuning in. I don't know what's going on with Katie. She'll come when she comes. How's you guys Saturday going so far? I know it's only 11 o'clock, but still. Also, what are your plans for the weekend? I know today is the last weekend. Oh, well, this weekend is the last weekend for the fair. I actually went twice, so once with the kids and once with my friend. But how's your weekend going? What do you have planned? What are you gonna do? Summer is coming to a close. Everything is winding down. We about to be in fall, so what's the plan, Joel? What's the go-to? What we're gonna be doing this fall? Anything going on? Also, we're planning our 1 year anniversary, so stay tuned for those details coming soon, very soon. Oh, it's been a year already. It seems like just yesterday when we were hanging out. Good morning, Miss Michelle. How are you? Do you have any plans this weekend? It seems like just yesterday, guys, that we were just starting this journey, and here we are, almost a year in. We're so appreciative of everyone who tunes in every single weekend. We're appreciative of everybody who comments, who likes, who shares, who subscribes. We're just so appreciative of every single individual who thinks about I.Am.She Podcast, who wakes up at 11 o'clock with us every single weekend and come on and talk. Hey, KJ.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. I'm ready. What we doing today? Good
Huh?
morning, guys. I said I'm here. I'm ready. What we doing today? Good morning, guys.
Good
I'm so
morning.
glad to be on the show today. I'm so glad that you guys have tuned in as usual. I am excited because this weekend I'm out at a resort and
Okay.
they got two pools,
Mm-mm.
four hot tubs.
Whoa.
They have miniature golf, racquetball, tennis, basketball. They have activities all day long for the kids, activities for adults. And I just walked up to the pool this morning. Girl, guess what I found out?
What?
They got an adults only side on
Oh,
the
okay.
pool.
So do they sell drinks at this pool?
Mm-hmm. I'll be
Nice.
back. You know, Angela already up there, but I'll be back. I said, Mom, it ain't that early. It's not that. She's I'm going to walk down here to this bar and get me some breakfast. But how
Mm.
was your week?
My week was fine. It was a short work week, but other than that, it was okay. It wasn't really much going on in my week this week.
Okay, I had a lot going on this week. My past 2 weeks since I moved have been so hectic trying to get the boys, try to get the kids into school, then turn it around and they had doctor's appointments. And on top of that, still trying to plan to leave to come down here for this family reunion today. It has been hectic. I just need, and I feel like it's still not a vacation because when I came down here, I still had to work yesterday while everybody else was out, working around
Oh,
the resort and stuff. I still
but
had
is
to
this
work.
your weekend off?
No, this not my weekend off, so I got to work tomorrow too. But it's fine. It's fine. I know,
But you
but
leave. Y'all leave tomorrow, right?
yeah, yeah. So it's fine.
Okay. What time y'all
I'm
leave
gonna get
tomorrow?
some time. Tomorrow I'm leaving early because I have to be to work at 9 o'clock on Sunday, so I'll probably leave for here about 5.
Oh wow.
Because it's only a 4 hour drive, so I'm probably leave here about 5 o'clock.
Oh okay.
But Yeah, we have a lot of festivities today. They're supposed to be cooking. FMG is performing.
Okay,
Jessica's group. Jessica brought her whole band down here. They performing.
nice.
So we have a color theme night tonight, where the Instagram color theme thing party.
Oh, so everybody bring a snack or something pertaining to that color.
Yes,
Colors
we're gonna do
party.
the colors.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're doing that tonight. I was excited. I don't know, I'm really excited. But yeah, that was my week. That was my week. I was just so excited to get here, and then when I got here, it was like, oh my god, I'm still working, but I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna try to relax. I'm gonna just make the best of it. But yeah, guys, um, like the Roses was speaking of, our 1 year anniversary is coming up. I'm so excited that we have made it to 1 year, because there were times where I felt like, are we even gonna be friends? But I just
There
no,
were
nothing.
times. There were
There's
times, guys.
nothing. The Black
Believe me.
Roses don't like to answer the phone. She don't like to answer the phone. You call her too early. She what do you want?
I will not. I don't. I don't. I don't get up early. I don't do early.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited that it's 1 year. The 1 year is coming up. And to look back and think about like where we started, when we first first had a meeting, first had an official conversation with our producer Nate about what we wanted to do, and about what we wanted to do, and what we wanted the show to be about, and just
Mm-hmm.
everything. It was so I was so freaking nervous, because I am an introvert like hell. So I am so freaking nervous. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just know I want to do something, but I don't know. I don't know.
I know
But
what I
it's
want to do.
crazy.
What I would say.
Right. But I know I wanted to do something different. Something, that meant something to me. So, are you okay?
I'm trying to get this.
Oh, I wanted to do something different. Something that means something. That's something that really meant something to me. That I can look back and say I accomplished this. This is what I did. I wanted to set this goal, and this is what I did. Um, and I like it. I like coming on the show. I like, communicating, and I like when the guests, not the guests. I like when the viewers come in and they interact with us. Like, to actually realize that people are actually, watching you. You're actually entertaining people, and you're able to express yourself freely.
Mm-hmm.
But you're able to see opinions from, all different, all different walks.
Right.
You're able to see different opinions. You're able to, you know, be able to express yourself, and I like it. I really do like it. I really do like it. I ain't gonna say it up, but it's amazing. I want to say thank
Let's
you
get
for
into this.
you.
Some hot topics though. You're so silly. Burning. I'm sorry, y'all. My eyes is burning. I don't know why they've been burning for like 2 days now. I don't
You
know what's
got
going on.
contact?
Huh?
You got contact?
No, I don't have no contact. I wish I would. My
I was
eyes
trying to
wouldn't
figure out
burn,
why
but
your eyes burn.
I'd be like a gray.
Yes, let's get into the hot topics. What we talking about with these hot
Let me
topics?
talk about one hot on my way to work. I would say I was irritated. He was just the guy was talking loud to where as though everybody could hear. So in the midst of passing by the conversation, he was talking to his friend about his girlfriend. And he was saying how the girlfriend basically makes like $100,000 plus a year. He makes less than her, and I guess she takes care of the bills or whatever, and they're broke. So he was saying like, you made damn near, you made more a little over $100,000 last year. He wanted to ask her where was her money going, what was she doing with her money, but he felt like he wasn't in the position to ask that because she's the primary breadwinner and she pays the bills. It had me thinking like, is that something that a man can ask? I mean, would a woman be able to ask a man that question if he's the primary breadwinner and he made a little over $100,000 and there's subsequently no money being saved on either, on her end or his end, and it's like, are you comfortable enough in your relationship to ask a person that question like, where's your money?
That's what I was going to say. If you comfortable enough, my point of view is if you comfortable enough if you comfortable enough that, that's what y'all decided to do. You decided, this is what I'm going to do. And we both comfortable and where you are financially, then why not? Because it should be equal. You know what I'm saying? Like it should be equal. Why not? I don't think that it's a problem if he asks where's the money going. If especially if so from my standpoint, what I'm looking at it is if she was the breadwinner, right? And she made more money than him. And he said we always broke. For him to have to realize that means that with him making less, less finances, his finances are, less than hers, that means that he's probably actually broke because she may be, asking him to cover, or saying, oh, we short, like, like a bill or something. Like, oh, I'm short, I need you to cover, which means that he might actually be broke because it might be extra expenses that she's asking from him to cover. That's the way I'm looking at it.
I mean, I
felt so why not? If you make it,
I want to just stop him and be like, you know what? I feel like you should ask her where's her money going, because if she is making the money and she's the primary breadwinner, whatever your situation may be. Like I only got bits and pieces of it because I was passing by, but he was loud enough talking to, I guess, a coworker to where as though he was really frustrated with it because he was like, she don't have no money. She don't never have no money. He like, he make, I guess, less than half or a little bit more than half than she makes. And he like, and as I'm walking and I hear him in the distance, he like, she made over $100,000 last year and she ain't got no money. I want to ask her so bad where the money at, but I don't feel like it's my place to ask that question. I don't know what the friend response was, but like I said, I was walking by. Your phone is on mute. But I felt like, dang, is it a point in a relationship where you can ask a person like, where's your money going? Like, where is your money? And I don't feel like, to me, it doesn't matter if you are the primary breadwinner or if you're the one paying the bills. And we're broke and we're not seeing that money coming in the house, because essentially you can say they bringing in at least $175,000 together as a combined income. I'm just, let's give or take a few thousand. But my thing is, how is it that he feels uncomfortable or feel like it's not his place to ask her, where's the money?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. No, I know you said my thing was slow. So, but here's the thing. Here's the other thing that you got to think about. Now, if they're sharing bills, if they live in the same household, if he's saying that the reason why I'm trying to figure out why she broke is because, like I said, it's does she keep calling him and asking him for money, or is it that he's saying they broke because the bills are not being paid?
The situation was, but like I said,
but that's the thing though. If your comfortability within that relationship is that comfortable where that's where you guys decide, this is what we're gonna do, this is what it's gonna be. I'm okay with being the breadwinner and being in this relationship, knowing that I'm the breadwinner and I do most, the majority of the financial handling within the relationship. Why would you be offended if he asked you that? as long as you don't come off, like, where the fuck your money at? You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't come off like that, like if she called and say, hey, babe, I need $30 for gas this week or something like that, and he like, wow, where the fuck your money at? If he come off like that, then that's different. But if he comes off like, hey, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like if he come off more concerning, like, hey, what's
Right.
going on? What we doing? What's you good? Like, you know what I'm saying? I think the tone,
The tone.
the tone that you set, an appropriate tone, I don't think it would be an issue. You just have to set the appropriate tone.
I don't think it would be an issue either, but like I said, I don't know the circumstances surrounding it. If
Yeah.
the viewers are listening and you heard about the situation, please feel free to chime in or leave a comment about how you feel. Another hot topic I had was I'm on a train coming home from work, and there's a guy and his, I guess, friend or coworker, I don't know, they're having a conversation again. This one I was kind of in hustling a little bit, but the train was on. It was
You
only like the
said
three of
this
us.
what I was trying to eat.
Person, it was only the three of us on the train, so he was talking loud enough, so and we were all in the same vicinity. So I'm gonna just say that.
Right.
Anyway, he was talking about, they were getting off at the shot tower stop, and he was like, yeah, this is where the aquarium is. He said to his friend, I want to go back to the aquarium because I went last week with my girlfriend and her son, and I can't stand her fucking son. Like, he was like, I can't stand that little boy. I don't like him. And he was being a brat, I guess, or whatever the case may have been. He felt like the little boy was ruining the experience of them going to the aquarium. So, my question is, how can you go to your significant other, if you are a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and say, hey, I don't like your child? Now, don't get me wrong. I know people don't say this. I know that is very highly unlikely. However, I feel like I don't want to be with somebody who don't like my kid. Like,
if you got a badass kid, you gotta take what you get.
And then I
If
seen them
you got a
again.
badass kid, you gotta take what you can get. You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to take. Hey, you gotta be ready to
He was
take
only dealing
anything
with
that's
the girl
being
because he
said.
really likes the girl. He doesn't like her child. And I was
Listen,
like, damn. I don't know if, and I'm sure there are signs. There are actually signs.
but if you know your child bad as hell, would you be offended if somebody tell you that? If he say, "Listen, your son wrong," not again, setting the tone. If he's like, "Yeah, your son, you know, I really want to go to, like the aquarium again because I just feel like we didn't get a chance to really see everything with everything that was going on." See what I'm saying? You set a tone. It's the way that you say stuff. It's the way that you set a tone.
AKA your badass son.
Yeah, aka your
Me
badass son. But
personally,
you should know that your child bad as hell, so you can't be
I
offended.
wouldn't say I don't like your kid. I would definitely be like, you're not gonna curse this motherfucker. You're not gonna tell this little motherfucker to stop.
Nate
But
correct though. Nate is right on it. That's my one
I
pet
try
peeve,
to
but
avoid
I was
dating people
stating.
with kids too. Or unless if they have kids, I try dating people with
Mm,
older children.
that was my one pet peeve. I never did. I
Yeah,
would
that's still
never.
one pet peeve. I don't date
Tell
for my
me
kids.
if you
I
tell me
don't.
you had a kid, I'm not a like when before I had kids, I ain't had the time to deal with other people's kids. I'm like, they your kids. They got nothing to do with me. I did
Right.
not. I swear, y'all. I'm just gonna let y'all know. Everybody know who watches the show. Y'all know me. Y'all know I got 4 kids. For the life of me, I could not stand kids. I did not want nothing to do with nobody's kids. I am just not a kid's person. I could deal with my own kids, but I am not a kid's person. So I would
Mm-hmm.
never, ever, if a guy approached me before I was married, a guy would approach me, and as soon as I found out, oh yeah, I gotta go pick up my son. Oh, you wouldn't hear from me again. I'm sorry. Y'all can look at me the way y'all want.
But
You
no,
won't hear from me again.
that's your preference. That's
I
your
just I wouldn't
preference
do it.
because there's guys out here who don't like dealing with women with kids. And you're right.
A guy
You're
got
right.
offended by that.
Messy with these parents. One thing about it, I just recently my past relationship, my recent past relationship was a guy who was a single father. He had custody of his daughter. For me, it was a tough thing because not only was he a man, but he had a daughter who was also older. So for me, it was like, I don't know if it's something I can get with. Now, don't get me wrong. Some days were better than others. Sometimes are difficult. And then another thing that I will never, ever, 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 ever do is one, move in with a man if he got his own shit. And the second thing I would never do is move in with a man if he has his child living with him. Because you don't know what their living arrangements is like. You don't know what he set for this child. You don't know if he made this child do XYZ before you moved in, and here you come stirring up the pot, moving into their environment and causing, I wouldn't say conflict, but you're causing things to be like, wait a minute, I wasn't doing this before, you moved in. I didn't have this before you moved in. This wasn't my responsibility. My father never made me do this. So it was like, for me, it was like, dang, I felt like after a while, I felt like, Crystal, just be quiet. Just don't say anything, because you can't tell a person how to discipline their child, and you can't tell a person how to make their child be responsible, if that makes sense. Because I felt like it was a constant battle between me and them. Here I am coming into their environment, stirring up their mess, and then me like, oh, we gotta clean this up. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. And it's like, wait a minute, I don't do that. So
Yeah, because you can't change them, especially if they allow them to act a certain way or to do certain things. Like if they used to that parent always cleaning up after them, never giving them a bedtime, never giving them
never
certain
being a
routines.
disciplinarian, never being
Yeah, so they gonna look, and it might not necessarily be that they don't like you. It may be they not used to it, so now they looking at you like, who is you? You just coming
who
in
was
here. I ain't
you?
never had to do
Yeah,
this
like
before.
my
I
daddy
get
ain't
it.
never, or my mother ain't never make me do that. My mother ain't never make me go to bed at 9 o'clock. What you talking about? I go to
Yeah.
bed when I want to go to bed.
And another thing that does for single parents, when you get into these relationships, y'all have to pay attention, because another thing that does, because y'all wonder after the fact, well, we can't be together because my daughter or my son don't like you, or they got a problem with you.
And
Y'all
that's
have to
another thing.
realize,
A child to be quick to tell a parent that they don't like the other part, that they don't like their, the boyfriend or the girlfriend. They'll be quick to do that. Quick.
y'all have to realize that circumstances, y'all have to realize that children are only children. Circumstances change. So if they used to a certain routine and a certain way that you spoil them or however you raise them, and then and you are inviting someone else, your significant other, into, you feel comfortable enough to invite your significant other, to come in to this space that y'all had for so long by yourself. You'll have to be mindful that it might not necessarily be your child saying actually that he don't like, or that your significant other did something wrong to your child. It may actually be the fact that they're not used to, if the person that you bringing over, let's say you go to the store and you say, all right, we're going to cook on the grill. And you might have ran to the store to get something, and they told, and your significant other, they said, all right, can you go clean off the grill for your father until he come back while I prepare the food? Something like that. But then when you come back, your child is like, I don't like her. She made me clean up.
Yeah.
Y'all have to be mindful of stuff like that. It might
Yeah.
not necessarily be anything that they did to the child, but it's the fact that they're no longer in their comfort zone. But you also have to express to your significant other, if you feel comfortable enough to bring that significant other into y'all space, and open something new, you have to think about, you have to have open conversations. You have to communicate, and don't go take your child to one room and say what happened, and then take your significant other to the other room and say, okay, what's your side of the story? Bring them together
Mm-hmm.
in the room. Bring them together in the room and say, okay, let's talk about what's going on, because you might get a different answer. You might get to
You're
the
gonna get
root
something
of
different.
the
You're gonna
problem.
get something different from both sides. You're
But
gonna
don't
get something different.
automatically assume Don't automatically assume that your significant other automatically did something to your child. I mean, if it's something bad or they say like, "Oh, they touched me," yeah, you better be on their ass. But if you know what I'm saying, but if it's just a matter of saying, "I don't like her because she always yelling at me or she telling me what to do or whatever have you," or if they just say, "I don't know, I just don't like her," look further into that. Especially if they say, "I don't know, I just don't like her."
Well, why you don't
Get
like
to
her?
the root of why.
Why you don't like her?
Don't just say, "All right, my child, children should not be exposed to everyone, family and friends, and a lot of times
Yeah,
other
that's
kids."
true.
True, that's absolutely true. But yeah, you have to get to the root of it. Don't just assume that they did something wrong to your child and so your child just don't like them. It might be something that they said or made your child do that you don't make your child do, like take out the trash. Something simple. Like if your significant other's in there cooking breakfast and they told your child that and it's usually fathers, it's usually single fathers that do the most. When they have a daughter, they do the most. And
The
vice
most.
versa. Vice versa, because I can say I can attest to that because I do that too. I am impatient with my boys. If I tell them to take out the trash, I tell them to do something, they take too long. I'm just impatient. I'm an impatient person. I'm gonna get up and take that trash out, even though I told them to. Which my husband David gets on me all the time. Like, you told them, let them take out the trash. Why are you going to do it? I'm just impatient, and I'm working on myself with that. So, boy, moms as well. If you sitting there, you told your child take out the daggone trash, and then you consistently you always tell them, this is your chore, take out the trash. But every time you tell them, they don't take it out in time enough, and you consistently take it out the trash.
Mm-hmm.
If your significant other or your guy friend or whatever, if he's there and he has so happy to say, "Hey, can you take out the trash for your mother?" and the child is not used to it because you have made a pattern of always taking out the trash, even though that is supposed to be his chore, yeah, your child is going to have a problem with your boyfriend or your significant other.
Yep. Your
Y'all
boyfriend or
have to
your
think
girlfriend
about
should take out
that.
the trash.
Y'all
Absolutely.
have to think about that. Stop just
Children should not
assuming.
be a part of your dating experiences until you and that person are ready for that level. I really feel like
Absolutely.
it takes a lot to integrate children into a dating experience, especially small children, and I'm gonna say teenage children, like about like a preteen, because one thing about kids that I know is they are gonna latch into their parent like no other. And to integrate you and that other person into or that other person into your lives, it takes a lot of time and patience. And do not do that unless you know that this is a person that you potentially want to spend the rest of your life with.
Right.
That's my advice.
And then do a formal introduction. Don't just have them pop up for dinner one night and y'all just sitting there uncomfortable with telling the child looking like, "Who the hell is this? Where my mama? Did mama know about this?"
Right.
Have a conversation. Have a formal meet and greet with that significant other. When you decide that that's the person that you're going to, okay, I feel comfortable enough, I'm going to bring them around my child. I really like them. Have a conversation with your child. Don't throw your child off because another thing from my own experience from being a home a child of divorced parents, I'm not prepared for that. I want to know why you and mom ain't back together yet. Prepared for all that other stuff. What you doing? Why she here? Why she in the car?
Who this woman?
Or or the baby father pick up their child for the first time from the mama house, and his girlfriend sitting in the front seat, and she said, "Oh, how you doing? Who the hell is you? Do mama know you out here? Do mama know you out here?" Let me go back and get mama because I don't think she know you out here.
Right.
Y'all have to have these conversations with your kids. Let these kids, because like I said, as a child of divorced parents, for me, I always assume that, oh, my parents are going to eventually get back together. They're going to work it out. And most kids think like that. Most kids do think like that. They think, all right, they just separated, but they're going to get back together. Especially married parents that are married and they get a
Very,
divorce.
especially very parents.
Most
Yeah.
kids do think like
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's transition to our topic of the day. That brings us to the topic of the wife versus the girlfriend. Um, I came up with this topic off of
I
TikTok
wanted
that
to
I
get
saw.
into that.
Huh? I
I was
came up with this
excited to get
topic.
into that because I was just trying to see where you was going with it.
Okay, so I came up with this topic based on a TikTok that I saw about a girl and a guy were having a conversation, and he was asking her to do certain things that she just wasn't comfortable with doing because she was just his girlfriend. So she said to him, um, why would I do those things if I'm not your wife? And he asked her, so you have to do XYZ? You have to be my wife in order to do XYZ? And she said, yeah. So my question was, what is the difference between a girlfriend and a wife? Now I get it that it's the title and it's a ring and it's a permanent thing.
It ain't no
However,
permanent thing.
what is really, I mean, it's not a permanent thing, but the idea when you get married is that you're going to be together until the day one of y'all die. That's the idea behind a marriage, right? The idea behind a girlfriend is just having someone there to occupy that space to say, this is my person right now, and I'm going to be with this person to potentially date them to be a wife or whatever. My question is, what is the generalized, not even generalized, what is the difference in the expectations of a girlfriend that are not the expectations of a wife? And what are the expectations of a wife that are not the expectations of a girlfriend? And vice versa with the boyfriend and the husband. Like, I wanted to put that out there too. Even with a boyfriend and a husband, what do y'all expect? Because I had this conversation with a guy friend of mine, and I was like, yeah, there's some things as a girlfriend I shouldn't even be doing it if I'm not your wife. And he was like, well, what do you mean? And I was like, I had to think about it. Like, what are girlfriend expectations? We expect our girlfriends, if we live with them, that's another thing. We expect our girlfriends to cook for us, wash our clothes, clean up our house. If we live together, these are things that we do. However, if those are also duties of a wife, why would I be cooking your food, washing your clothes, doing all these things, and I'm just a girlfriend? Like, at what point do a person say, yeah, this is going to be my wife, and then once I become your wife or your husband, what then are my expectations? What then are my what then are, I wouldn't say wifely duties or husband duties, but what then becomes to separate the two? Like, because if we are out here being girlfriends, right? This is my most humble opinion. We out here being girlfriends. We living together. We sleeping together every day. We shacking up basically. What's the difference between me being your wife? Why would you want to make me your wife? If I'm out here cooking your food, washing your clothes, making your doctor's appointments, doing this, doing that, making sure you got this, making sure you straight on that, and I'm just your girlfriend, at what point would you want to make me your wife? And then when I become your wife, what duties would that entail? Like, what does it entail? Because I never understood that. As a woman, I want to be married. Of course I want to be married. But before I get married, I have this fairy tale of, okay, I find the perfect guy. He asks me to be his girlfriend, because I don't want to wake up and just be your girlfriend. You asked me to be your wife. This is my thing. You asked me to be your wife. You proposed to me to be your wife. Why the fuck can't you do the same thing when it comes to being your girlfriend? Because I don't want to wake up today and then we go out with your friends or your family or my friends and family, and then bam, all of a sudden, oh, this is my girl. Your girl. When you was gonna tell me I was your girlfriend? Because when did I become your girlfriend? They say all those things of what to do and not make dating messy. Yeah, like what do you do? Like, what do you do? So anyway, my idea is, okay, you asked me to be your girlfriend. I'm your girlfriend. We're dating for 2 years, 3 years, whatever. I'm not dating you for 5, no more than 5 years, because at this point, where's my ring? I will never, and I said this before, I'm going to say this again, I will never ever move into another person's house or apartment or whatever they may have that's my significant other. Can't do it, won't do it again. Until we get engaged and then or married, and then we can come together and move into our own household. But I don't ever want to move in with somebody who already have their shit. I have my shit. I leave my shit to come move in your shit. Never again. Won't happen. Can't do it. Ain't gonna be able to do it. Nope. Why? Because I experienced that. I did it. And I don't want to say it was the worst experience of my life. However, let's just say I'm back living with my mama now. Even though before this I had my own shit. Don't think that I always with my mama. I didn't. I always had my own shit. However, this was the first experience of me moving into a guy's place. I don't think I ever want to do that again. I don't think I ever want to move into another guy's home that he has. I want to have my own shit until we decide, hey, we're getting married. And then once we become fiancés or whatever the case may be, then I can move into you. But until then, I will remain in my shit and you will remain in yours. That's how it's going to be. But I'm asking, like, what are the differences between a girlfriend and a wife? Like, okay, you being a wife can help me determine what is wifely duties. And I'm thinking, like, girlfriend duties are, what are girlfriend duties? What do you guys think girlfriend duties are? I don't think I'm required to cook and clean for you every single day if I'm your girlfriend.
No.
I'm not required to.
As a wife, you ain't required either. It just depends on your situation. I'm not required to cook and clean and all that stuff because we both work.
True. That is true, Tamika. We don't take the time to learn people in their environments. We don't take the time to learn people in the things that make them tick. Learn what makes them go. Learn what makes them do what they do. Learn how they move. Learn how they live. Because you may be very well borderline OCD, and this motherfucker might be the most triflingest person you ever lived with. You know, for me, I don't like wearing my shoes in a house. I take my outside shoes on, meaning the shoes that I've been traveling around with outside. I take those off at the door and I put my house shoes on, i.e. slippers, whatever y'all want to call them. I call them house shoes. But I put my house shoes on and I walk around in my house shoes. My house shoes don't go outside.
That's true. I'm like that too.
But what are girlfriend duties as a wife? Okay, how did you transition from being, what did you find that was different from being David's girlfriend to now being David's wife? What did you find different?
Compromising.
Oh, that's deep.
That's compromises.
Deep. I think
because you have to be you have to be mindful about, like, all right, so it's basically similar to single life versus married life. When I say compromising, I mean, like, you know how when you were single, you really didn't have like nobody to answer to, you didn't have nobody that you had to tell where you was going. You just get up and go. Right. Just get up and go. Your girlfriend say, hey, we going on a girls trip. You just get up and go. If you want to go a week or two, you know, with your homegirls, you just get up and go. You ain't got nobody to answer to. You ain't got no kids. You ain't got no responsibilities. So when I say compromise in communication is a good one too. You have to be mindful. You know, those are certain things that change. You just can't get up and go. You have, you know what I'm saying? It has to be a conversation like, hey, I'm leaving for a week. Or, you don't understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm leaving for a week, or I'm going out tonight. Not saying that you have to particularly answer to them and tell them every place, you know what I'm saying? Every place that you're going, but you want to be mindful about just getting up and go. And that's one thing that I felt really short. It takes a lot because you have to get used to that. I just get up and go. So I was so used to it, even going to the store like Walmart or something like that. I'm like an early person. I'm an early bird. I like to get up at 7:00 in the morning, 6:30. As early as the store is open, I like to be up and I like to be in the store. Then I started realizing that after, we got married, I was still falling into the same pattern. I want to get up, get in, and get out. But to David, it was like, where the hell you going 6:30 in the morning? You know what I'm saying? So it looks different when you're married versus when you're single, because he's like, where the hell is my wife going to 6:30 in the morning? Who's she going to go see at 6:30? But my pattern is that's when I get up to go to the store. I want to be right there at the door when the store opens. So I'm not creeping out. I'm not, going to meet with somebody or anything like that. I either go really early in the morning or I go late at night, especially if it's a 24-hour Walmart. I'd rather wait till late at night when they, about 12 o'clock when ain't nobody in there.
Is you all right?
Jimmy
Okay.
came.
For me, for me, one of my biggest things is I like how you said that, like getting up and going. I want to be able, when I'm just your girlfriend, I don't want to be questioned. I'm learning that now. My last relationship kind of fucked me up a little bit. I ain't even gonna lie, but that's neither here nor there. I want to be able to get up and go without being asked where you going, who you going with, why you going there, what you doing. Because then
But that's the thing. It's not.
I mean,
It's not
as a girlfriend, I don't feel like
yeah.
you should be asking me that. I'm just your girlfriend. Now, I can get it if we're dating towards a bigger picture, then we can come together in a compromise like that way. But I don't want to have to answer to you in the beginning, especially when, as a man, men feel like they shouldn't have to answer to women. And a lot of times, as women, we typically date or date for the potential of being somebody's wife. So we do things early on, or the whole relationship, to make a man feel like, damn, this is my wife. But at the end of the day, when does he come to that decision? Because if I'm doing all these things as your girlfriend, what the fuck am I going to do for you as your wife? Because you already getting the cow. What they say, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?
Yeah.
If I'm already doing these things as your girlfriend, why do you feel the need to want to make me your wife? What the fuck am I going to be doing differently? What am I going to be doing differently?
Well, it goes back to, so one of the biggest things for me, prior to me getting married, is that person's train of thought. So after a while, if you have somebody that's comfortable enough, that's with you enough, they look at you like, oh, you know what? I'm digging her. I think this is the one. I think I want to spend the rest of my life with that person. So the difference is, I need to marry her to let her know, I don't want you to allow anybody else to present the opportunity to step in on me. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference.
Right.
Because if you single and y'all dating, you still, like you said, you don't answer to nobody. So you still going out. You still, you still doing all the things you want to do. You still going on vacation. You still kind of running the streets because you still got options. Y'all technically ain't putting nothing on it. So you still got options. You still got other alternatives. It's not permanent. Versus if you're married, it's kind of like, I know I'm married. So I know I'm not going to say I know I don't, but I'm going to say I know I'm not supposed to talk to that person, because people do cheat. People, husbands, why y'all cheat? So I'm going to say I'm not supposed to,
with the
allow
idea that you're not going to be
exactly
entertaining other people. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Okay. With the hopes, let's just say the hopes that you're not going to be entertaining other people.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. So that's kind of the mind thought. That's the difference. Like, if I don't present it in this way, that I'm looking at you like I want you to potentially be my wife, or this is our plan, then that other person is going to know that. So they're going to continue to leave the floor open for other people to step in, because if you're not even, having this conversation like, okay, this is where we're going from here. This is my plan, what I want us to do. This is what I see for us. If you're not letting that person know, like you said, most women, they come thinking that, okay, they come already thinking that, okay, I want to get married, so this is why I'm dating. So if you don't present that alternative to them, or that option, and let them know that this is what I want to do, they still in their head, guys too, males too, they're still in their head looking like, okay, well, I guess I gotta keep searching, but this is entertainment for now.
Right. Okay. So my thing is, women, 90% of the women out here, we date with the hopes of being married, with the hopes of finding a husband. As a man, and I don't know if there's any men who are watching, or maybe Nate, I don't know if you can chime in on this. What do y'all date for? Do y'all date just to say, oh, I got a girlfriend? Or do y'all date for a girlfriend? Do y'all date just to say, oh, I'm fucking somebody on a regular? Like, what are y'all purposes for dating or pursuing or getting a girlfriend? Because I know women, and I can speak for myself and probably a lot of other women out there, we date with the hopes of finding a husband, with the hopes of getting a ring. I don't think men date or, get girlfriends for that same exact reason. I think that, men date to find somebody exclusive, but at the end of the day, it takes a lot for a man to say, this is my wife. I think it takes a lot for a man to just buckle down, especially any man.
But let's just not say men. Let's think about it from your standpoint. Let's think about it from your standpoint. As a single female, are you looking for like a permanent relationship? Are you still one of those single women that are looking to eventually settle down and get married?
Absolutely.
So let's not just look at it from a woman's standpoint, from a man's standpoint.
I still have hopes that I'm gonna get married one day.
Okay, so let's not just look at it from a man's standpoint, women's standpoint. Let's look at it from your standpoint as well. Like, what is it that you're looking for?
So for me right now, I'm gonna say I'm not looking for anything at this moment. However, once I have the feeling to jump back into the dating world, I want to date with the hopes of finding a husband or getting a husband. And because in my mind, I know I want to be married. I'm supposed to be married. I don't want to be this player all my life. I don't want to be a player no more. I don't want to be a Tatiana no more. I want to get married. Like, and I feel like every woman wants to get married. You have a very slight few. I must say about 80, maybe 90% of women want to get married. It's just finding someone who is worth that risk, because we don't want to. Now this dating pool is fucking trash. The dating pool now is fucking trash.
You say that every time.
I say it all because it's true. It is actually true. And you find,
is it your expectations?
It's not my expectations. It's just that people lie for no fucking reason.
That's true.
You don't have a reason to lie to me.
And they do. True.
You do. You know what? You do. You do have a reason to lie. And I have to find that video. I think I sent it to Nate. I don't know. But there was a video that I posted where the guy said, you don't have to lie, because the only reason why you're lying is because you feel like you have to put on a facade for somebody who you think you want to be with, but really you don't really want to be with this person. You just want to have them in your bag. You just want to have this person as another token in your bag that you can pull out whenever you're ready. But I feel like dating in this current time, you got to weed out between the married men who acting single, the niggas with the baby mamas, the niggas with the girlfriends who been with them for years, and now they want to act like, oh, I don't got no girl, but they got a girl. You got to weed out
because they mad at them for the week.
Exactly. You got to weed out the DL niggas. You got to weed out the DL niggas. You got to weed out the niggas with hella kids. It's so much that you got to weed out. And I know there's men out here who could probably come on here and say, well, the women are this and the women are that. I can't speak for the women. I can only speak for the woman that I am. I'm a woman that don't come with baggage. I don't have a bunch of fucking children behind me. I don't have a bunch of fucking nonsense going on. Now, is there some areas in my life that I can fix? Absolutely there are. But when it comes down to dating, I mean, I know there's probably more women that's a better catch than me or whatever, but I feel like I'm a good catch. You know what I'm saying? I'm a type of person that's going to help you grow. We're going to grow together. We're going to do this thing together. We're going to ride it out together. We're going to grind together. And I'm not going to be a ride or die. I don't want to be a ride or die anymore. I'm tired of being a fucking ride or die. I don't want to be a ride or die for a nigga that's broke no more.
You too old for it. You old for that.
But you know what, Nikki? You are right. I don't think the dating pool is trash. I think I red flag one of the Nissan batteries. Yes. That is so true. Flag, I have a problem with ignoring people red flags. I'm at fucking carnival or at Six Flags or at the fair, and I'd be like, "Yay! It's a ride!" And then I want to get the fuck off, and it never stops.
But
Stop.
you forgot the biggest thing, though. You forgot the biggest thing. Nate,
What's
we
the
can't
biggest
hear
thing?
you. You forgot the biggest thing about what you got to weave out. One of the biggest things, especially living in Baltimore, one of the biggest things that you have to weave out when you're in the dating pool trying to find a permanent significant other is the rate of STDs and HIV.
You say that.
A lot of
You
people
say
don't
that.
still not tell you. A lot of people don't still. A lot of people still
A
don't
lot of
tell you they
motherfuckers
out
out
here
here
being
walking around with
hoes.
herpes and don't say nothing.
Don't tell you they out here being hoes. They won't.
A lot of people out here walking around with motherfucking syphilis or chlamydia or gonorrhea and not saying nothing.
Nothing.
But what you were saying,
But then
Nate?
telling you they want you to have a baby.
So
Hey kid,
these
you want me to
these
be number
types of
9? No, ma'am.
conversations, I only chime in when something hits my ear.
Go
Okay.
ahead,
I'm
Hillary.
not gonna say wrong, but it just hit my ear. But
Okay.
I'm noticing these are universal conversations, no matter what state you in, city,
Yep,
hood.
yep, yep,
These conversations are coming up, and I think
yep,
specifically when women are having these conversations, they fail to realize they are raising ain't shit people, men and women. And maybe by themselves, maybe with an ain't shit person, maybe with a great person, but you're still raising that person to be these adults that then you complain about.
yeah,
Right.
I
yeah.
think that needs to be so. Raise your children better.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Get yourself together before you start having children. And if
That's
you
Yeah,
true.
already have
yeah,
children, send them to your grandparents for the summer and get yourself together,
yeah,
because you are
yeah,
the reason that these people are out here. Not to say you are the reason for their behavior, but you are the same group of people that are raising these people to be this way. You're
yeah.
spoiling your sons and you're being too hard on your daughters. So your daughters have expectations of grandeur that they've never even received before.
That they
And your
never even
sons
witnessed.
have the same expectations based off of what treatment they got from their parents. And
True.
I can honestly attest.
y'all gotta get
I can
that in
say that
order.
could be that's true. That is true. And then a lot of women are raising these sons or and not even realizing that you're putting your sons through a lot of fucking trauma. And then when they get into a relationship with somebody, they looking at you like you they mama. I can't be your mama. I cannot be
Hmm.
your mama. I can't do mama things. No, I cannot. And that's essentially what a lot of men are looking
But
for.
guess what? Guess what, Crystal? The men have been your dad all these years.
You know what? You are right.
The men have been your dad. They've rescued you.
I
They've rescued
cannot,
you.
I
I'm just saying.
cannot deny it.
They
Can't
have
deny it.
rescued you from situations and put you up in situations where you didn't have to live at home. You've
Mm-hmm.
you've you've depended on their income, on
Mm-hmm.
their
Well,
status,
not me
on
per
their
se, y'all.
power
Let's sure he's not talking
level.
about me. He just saying women in general. I want nobody to think like, oh,
No,
she
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
her.
women in general. And we're not
Yeah.
gonna act like that drug dealer didn't get you your first apartment. We're not gonna
Right.
act like Uncle Charlie didn't get you your first car. We're not gonna act
Right.
like these things never happened.
Right.
We're not gonna act like Mo, Curly, and Mo are the people that's paying your bills on a regular basis. Or when
Right.
you need some school supplies, or when you need, to get over that Christmas hump. These are the people
Right.
you calling on. Women, and not to be hard on women, women forget those things. Women
Right.
Yeah. We
forget that.
understand it.
How did you get that? How did you get that new Birkin bag? How did you
Right.
afford that trip to Puerto Rico? How did you do those things? And it's not
That's one of
negating
the
men's
things.
behavior, but don't act like you didn't get all those things because of your charm, because of
Who you
no.
are. But then
So
If
again,
you
you
want
have some
men to
sucker
stop
ass.
being
Now,
hoes,
don't get me wrong. You got some sucker ass niggas out here who just gonna be like, oh, you want this? Let me buy this for you. Oh, you need this? I was having a conversation the other day, and I was like, oh, I need a new pair of Vans slides, and the person just like, oh, you want me to buy them for you? No, no, I'm good.
no.
That's how you get used. That's how you get used. That is how you get used. Because the right
But it's not.
girl,
No, 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 no. No, no, the young lady. That's not how you get used.
how is not?
You used him. You
How?
you
got
said,
what you want out of the
but
deal,
didn't you
didn't you?
also set yourself up because now that person has a different expectation? They have the
Thank
expectation
you.
that you just give them what they want.
I mean, true.
That's the different expectations
You
you set. And
can't
that's the issue.
victimize. You can't victimize the women.
I wanted to bring
I'm
that
not
up
gonna
though.
victimize the women, and I'm not also we're not also
I
the
said the
villain.
willing, the willing.
Willing.
If
The
you was
villain.
willing to take those Gucci slides, guess what
You
comes
know,
along with it? And
you
you can't be
already
like,
know when
Mr.
That's
somebody.
Charlie
what I'm
made me do
saying.
X, Y,
You
Z.
gotta be mindful of what you're doing, because while I may want to say, yeah, give me these $500 Gucci slides, what comes behind with the Gucci slides? What comes with it? Therefore, it comes with the
You
Exactly.
know what
drama,
You
comes
got to
the
think
with it.
about.
bullshit. You know what comes with
Yeah.
it.
You
You
got to
know
think
what comes
about
with
what
it.
comes. That's what I'm saying. You
You
got to
know
be
what
Yeah.
comes
prepared.
along with it.
You
You
know what
got to
come
be.
along with it.
You got to
You
be
know what come
prepared for
along
the
with it.
expectation when you allow
Yeah.
that person to get to that point where they buy you stuff. You have to know that person is investing in you. That's what that person is doing. That person is putting a full investment in you.
And
Yeah.
don't
So
act
by
shocked.
him,
Don't act shocked and surprised.
right?
Don't
Exactly.
act
That's
shocked
what
and
I'm saying.
surprised when he take you on a trip to Puerto Rico and expect something to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Why are you shocked, miss?
Right.
Why are
That's
you
a
shocked? You
that's a
went
good
with a
But
one.
that's
total
the thing.
stranger
Why
to
are you
another
expecting it
location.
though?
That is
That means you are to me, I feel like niggas that do that are tricks. Y'all are fucking trick. Because
And
you want
that makes the women the hoes then. If they tricks,
that's
then
a
you're a
good
why
one.
hoe.
I got to be a hoe
Because
because you
you
want
went
to be a
along for
trick.
the
You a
ride.
trick.
No, that's a good one.
The
That's
chicken
a
or the
good
egg.
topic.
The chicken or
That's
the
a
egg.
good
Mm-mm,
that's
mm-mm.
a good
That's
topic.
next week. That's next week.
I
That's
saw
next
that
week.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that where the guy
Yeah.
was upset because he
Yeah.
said that two of them?
Yeah. Yeah. You fly
And
me
I
out
don't
and
know
I'm
whose
and you
side I'm
want me to
on.
stay at Motel 6, but you fly me out and you want me to fuck you because you
No,
flew
no,
me out?
no.
Oh,
I don't know whose side I'm on.
so if it was a Hyatt Regency, if it was a rented
I ain't doing
Hyatt
it.
Regency,
Period.
you would have did it.
My thing is,
That's
you
the
got some
issue.
people
Don't go
who
on the trip then.
it don't
Right.
matter
That's
if
what
it's
I'm
the Hyatt, it
saying.
don't matter if it's the Hilton, it don't matter if it's the Highway Motel. My thing is, men be expecting women to have sex with them because they did something for them. You did
Not
that because you wanted
And
it.
women are
I should
expecting
not be
people to
required.
run them
I should
dollars
not
for
be
nothing.
required to have
that's
sex
what I'm
with you
trying to
because you
say.
wanted to buy me $500 slides. That's
That's
not a
a
requirement.
that's a issue. That's a
Get it
trend that
yourself
I
then.
see.
Get it yourself then.
Mm-mm.
That's a trend that I see a lot. A trend that I see a lot is the expectations of some of the new dating expectations. If he ain't buy me a bag, I ain't dealing with him.
I
Is
mean,
that a
I'm
thing
not gonna
now?
say
Because
So
he.
I
if
never
you don't,
expected that.
I don't expect him to buy
but
me
many
anything.
people are. Many people do
Many people,
expect
yeah,
it.
we
Many
do. You have
people,
many
and
women who are.
that didn't start with Lil Keisha. That started with Miss Mildred. Miss
That
Mildred
sure
ain't let
did.
you in her
That started with
house
Miss Mildred.
if you wasn't paying a bill. But Miss
So
Mildred
the
wasn't
person,
just not
so the
not
person with
doing
the
nothing.
old
She
bill
wasn't
trend,
getting her rent paid in for nothing.
right?
And when
It's
there's a
happening
more
to everybody.
complicated
This is not something new.
expectation of sex. I don't know why, but I don't know what make men feel entitled to want to say, if I do this
The
for you, I
same
took you out
thing.
to eat. I took you out to
The
eat and I bought
same
you
thing.
a $200 dinner. I'm expecting to have sex with you. What?
I can understand that. Okay, so here's the
The
difference. So
same.
I can
But why you shocked though? Because you expecting that
I'm not
dinner.
shocked.
You
It's just
expected
pay
to
for your
be
own
controlling
dinner then.
because why do
Pay for your
y'all
own
paid for
dinner.
feel
your
like
own
y'all gotta
dinner.
equate
Yep.
everything to sex? Why does everything you
The
nigga can buy
same
you a
way.
fucking
The same way
coffee
y'all
and a nigga
equate
wanna have
It's
sex
everything to
with you?
money. The
right.
same way
That's
y'all
true.
equate everything to money.
Pay
You know,
for your own
You
meal.
go out
When
on
that
a date.
and if I go out on
expect
that
to
date and I
pay.
pay
Go
for
ahead.
my own fucking meal, you can't expect for me to have sex with you. I don't pay for my own meal.
Expect to
No, he
pay. It
can't.
should
And
be
he can't.
I'm paying for my own
He
meal.
can't.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't expect anything. Problem
He
so
can't
solved.
here's
expect
how I
anything.
would play it. Here's how I would play it. If I go on a date with someone, right, and the check comes, grab for your purse. So that way you kind of guarantee, you kind of putting in the wind that, listen, I got my own stuff. We ain't, that kind of gives them an off that, I might not be getting none. If you put it that way, grab your purse or your wallet and pull your stuff out. Like, I'm going to pay for it. But if he decides then that, oh, I got it, go ahead and put your wallet away. then you right, Chris. You right, BlackRoses. You can't expect sex if I pulled my wallet out and I offer to pay, and you say no, baby, I
But
got
Baby,
this.
Kay,
you
Put it
on
back.
balance.
two
I
You
cash
can't
things.
up
be
and you
Two
expecting.
cash.
things, Kay. Wait a minute. Two things, Kay. First of all, when you grab for that wallet, make sure it's something in it because he
Make
might
sure
just call
something.
your bluff.
No,
He
I'm
might.
saying no. That's what I'm saying. Make sure you got
And
something.
that's
I'm
why you
not
never go on
saying
a
break
date with
pull
a
out your
man with no
wallet.
fucking money. Don't ever go on a date with a man with no money. I learned my lesson once, and you would never teach me that lesson again. Don't ever go on a date with a man,
Don't go on
boyfriend,
a date with
husband,
your
nobody with
friends.
no
Don't go
money.
on a date with nobody.
Don't go on a date with
Don't go
nobody
out
with
with
no money.
nobody. You just meeting
Nobody.
somebody. You know, all three of us have gone out on a date with somebody for the
Yep,
meal,
for a meal. I
whether
wouldn't
you
say for.
had it or
I
not.
would say for a drink.
Right.
You knew, yes,
You
you
just want
did.
to eat.
You knew Mr. Charlie was not getting the second base. You knew it,
You knew
and
it.
you knew this,
Yep.
and you
That's true.
still went along with it because
You
why?
know what?
You wanted to
Why we
eat at Ruth Chris that week.
But you know what? While we on this topic, I'm just thinking back to my dating. I'm just thinking back to like my dating time. I actually had a guy like that. I had this guy that pursued me so bad, and I actually met him. I was in the process. I met him in a dirt bike store because I was in the process of buying my little brother a dirt bike, which means that I'm showing you I have the money because I'm in here looking at bikes because I'm getting ready to buy my brother a bike. And he pursued me over and over. He called me. He kept taking. I
Also,
want to
we
take
got
you
a
out, and I
gentleman on
just
the line.
what he said? I think
I
people
think
just
people just
got the
got the
game
game
fucked
fucked
up.
up. I would
I
tell
will
a
tell a
female quick, I
female
want
quick, I don't have to have sex with you no
sex
matter
is not
what.
fun. You got some guys out here who don't want to just have sex, but 90% of the men
Why are you
feel like if
pursuing
they
those? Why are
knew
you pursuing them then,
something.
Crystal? Not you
No,
specifically, but
Sometimes
I'm
it's not.
why?
not
If
pursuing
you
them.
have an
I'm just
issue,
saying.
why
Sometimes
are you
it's not
pursuing
put
that
out
type of
there.
guy?
Wait a minute. Listening to the
Sometimes it's
stories,
not put out
listening
there
to the
though.
women out here talking, they can really say, "Hey, let's go out," and the guy be like, "Oh, what I'm getting afterwards." I didn't tell you I wanted to
Yeah,
have sex with
but
you.
no need
Let
to get
that be
bent out
my
of shape.
choice.
But
Let
there's
that
no
be
need
my
to say
choice.
nothing. Say nothing and have a nice day. And
Have
go
a
in
nice
about your
night.
business. But
That's true.
But
that woman will
hold up.
continue to try to
You
change
can't do
that
that no
person.
more. You can't do that no more because the first thing when you do that, what a nigga gonna try to do? He gonna try to, oh bitch, you a hoe, you this, you that.
Thank you.
Man,
Oh, thank
And why does
you.
that bother you if
Thank
you never?
you. Thank you. That's all you thank you.
Why are
Oh,
you
thank
bothered if
you.
you never knew that person? If you just met that person, why are you bothered?
it's not about being bothered. It's
Because
about
the woman has already
you can't
completed the whole
determine or even
storyline with
establish
that
a
You don't
person.
have to see
relationship.
them no more.
Wait a
After
minute.
you
You
said your
can't even
goodbye, you don't have to see
establish
them no
a
more. So
relationship because a person gonna automatically think that, oh, I want to fuck her.
And
She
that's
want to
and
fuck
that's
me.
great, Crystal. Wouldn't you rather find that out in the beginning than down the
You
line?
would. You would. You
true.
would.
So just say I say, oh,
True.
I've been that happened to me. And I'll be like, thank you. I really appreciate you. For what? But let me see who you really are. Thank
Right.
you. Have
True.
a nice day. Enjoy
Exactly.
whatever life you put
Because then
together.
you ain't put
Thank
all
you.
your time into. You ain't wasted all your time. You ain't put your time, your effort. You ain't waste nothing. So I'm
Yeah.
bothered. I'm unbothered. You ain't
Unbothered. I am Queen Elizabeth unbothered. So unbothered.
I know. Play
I
with.
hate you. I
I'm
hate
just saying, like, I don't understand how people get bent out of shape on either side. Like,
Okay.
if you don't mind for a man you don't even know his last name to take you to Puerto Rico, but you upset when he expects
Want to
things
do it.
out of you.
That's my issue. That's my issue. These females, they are expecting to be flown out. I'm not bashing female. I'm a female myself, but it's like just weird for me that I see this over and over and over on these TikToks and these reels and stuff where they get flew out and then they on Instagram talking about, yeah, this nigga thought he was gonna have sex with me, so now he want to send me back on the airport and he don't want to pay for my stuff like that.
Now you stranded, and I've had a
But
friend who this has
did
happened
you
to.
not? But if a man is flying you out, but here's the thing: everybody can go back to what's that? What's that
Mm.
one movie? The Great. What's that one movie? The freaking
50
movie.
Shades of Grey.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey. Everybody better go back to 50 Shades of Grey. If a man is willing to spend $2,000 on a ticket, fly you out, put you in a hotel and all this other stuff, pay for everything. Everything is unpaid. You don't have the little bit of inkling in your mind that
Yeah.
there is something. Think about all the money, because I seen it again where another guy was like, I done spent like $2,000 already on her, and she talking about this nigga stupid. He think he gonna get some. Why would you go out there with the intention of not at least just a little bit of inkling of at least thinking, okay, I know already what to
Hey,
expect. I know what he's
I have
expecting.
a friend that is, I have a friend that is paying me back to this day because she let somebody take her to Europe, all expense paid, everything.
Exactly. Anytime you hear that,
They
you
were
should
supposed to be there
know.
for 2 weeks. They were supposed to be there for 2 weeks. After the first week, that's when he like, okay, so we've been here. This is what. And when she said no, he left her ass in that hotel, checked in
Right.
another hotel, finished his vacation, and came home. She didn't
And came
have.
home.
First of all, you don't ever go nowhere and you don't have a round trip ticket.
Thank you.
Right. Right.
Person and I, this
That's
person is
stupid.
paying me back, literally paying me back right now because she let somebody take her over the water
Right.
to another
Indira.
country, didn't have a
Indira,
way
right.
to get back home, didn't have emergency cash stashed away, and did and now it's something wrong with the expectation of people saying if I do this, then you go do this. That is
Right.
something a little wrong with that.
That's
But you
different.
can't get
That's different.
upset with somebody for doing all the things that you want them to do, and then you playing court. Like I just came to have fun. Okay, well,
Right.
is a hotel room, is a desk downstairs at the hotel. Go
You
get
should have
them to get
paid
you
your
another
own.
room.
You should have paid your
I
half,
feel
and
like
I would have paid my
that
half.
should have been a discussion in the beginning. Like, granted, a lot of women, 95% of the women don't have that conversation. But
Won't say it.
it's
Yeah, won't say
wait a
it.
minute.
What are you
Let me
expecting?
finish. I feel like it's something mentally wrong with niggas who really feel like they can equate sex to a fucking trip. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that that's what it is.
But you were
But
okay for going for free
why?
though. You were okay
Why do
going for
you? But
free.
why? Why is everything equated to having sex?
The
Like,
same way
nigga,
the
you could have
same
brought a
expectation he has for
prostitute.
sex, the
You could
same
have
Yeah.
brought a
expectation you
So
prostitute
the
have
way
with
for
it
you.
sex,
is,
Crystal, is the same expectation that you have that he go
Thing.
fit the bill.
and so going back to that, you know what he's doing? It's an investment for him.
My
Mm-hmm.
thing is, I let a nigga know real quick. Oh no, you don't gotta pay for that. I'll pay for this.
Exactly.
You
Why
pay
aren't
for this,
she
and
doing that?
that's the thing. You can't expect sex if you say, okay, Crystal, I pay for the flights. I'll be like, okay, I'll pay for the hotel. Or
Right.
okay, I'll pay for the flights, and you pay for the
But
hotel.
that's not
And
what's
then
going
if
on
you
with these
can even do
females
that, and
today.
a nigga
No,
still
they're
gonna
going
expect you.
along with it.
That's not what's going on with these females today. These females that are playing
It's
victim
not. It's not.
on
Listen,
Instagram.
you knew. Here's my thing with men, and y'all. This is my thing. The niggas knew what type of female they were fucking going after.
That's true.
If you are on
No,
Instagram,
no,
you
no,
beating down.
Crystal,
Let me
Crystal,
finish.
Crystal.
Wait
Now,
a minute.
Crystal,
You
Crystal,
if you on
you are
Instagram and
flubbing
you
now.
no wait a minute. If you get on Instagram and you beating down Keisha, who was the IG model, inbox to fly her the fuck out. Of course you know what you
If
wanted
that's
from
her
her.
MO, yeah, because she gonna
Yeah, of
post it
course you
everywhere.
know
That's
what
her
her MO
MO.
is,
You
so
should
you
already know
can't
what
be
her MO is.
mad. But here's my thing: you got regular
But Miss Brenda
schmegler.
that work at Social Security don't have the same traits.
I don't. I'm not saying
Who you
Brenda
think
don't,
taught her
but
that?
you know,
Who you
men
think taught
know.
it to her?
Wait a minute, men know who the fuck what they're doing and who they are doing it for. I don't want. I know men know what the fuck they're doing. They know the type of female at the end of the day that they're dealing with. They know. They fucking know. If a nigga gonna spend that bread and want some sex, he need to keep it 100 and just say, "I got this money for sex. Is you with it or not?" That's my point.
So
That's my
But
what responsibility as a woman do you have?
my responsibility
What's your
as a
responsibility
woman.
in
Wait
that?
a minute. My responsibility as a woman to say, okay, he say I want to fly you out. Okay, well, what are you expecting? What are you looking for? Are you looking for me to have sex with you? Oh, okay. You want to buy me this
But
Birkin? What
the
you want
women
to go
that
ahead and
you're
return for this
defending
Birkin?
aren't doing that. They're going
they
along to get
are.
along.
I'm not defending. I'm not going to defend the women who I know are out here fucking for a bag. I'm not going to defend the women who I know out here fucking for a flight. I'm not going to defend the women who I know out here fucking for a meal. What I'm saying is, men
Not
need
a
to stop
meal.
thinking that every fucking
Please
woman
don't
is
do that
doing
for a
that.
meal.
They
There's too
do
Right?
many
though.
street
They
You
pictures
you'd
do
out
be
though.
there.
surprised. Women out here
They
fucking
do
for a
though.
blunt. Bitches out here fucking for a chicken box. Bitches out here fucking for
They
$10.
do
I'm not
though.
going to down you for it, but here's my thing. Men need to stop
That's
expecting
giving
that
me
every
real
single
crackhead
woman.
right
Men
there.
need to
That's
stop
No, they
real
expecting
crackhead
that
are.
vibes
every
to
woman that
me.
they
Are
come in
for a
contact with
60
is fucking for
for a
something.
pair
Every woman not
$60
fucking for something. Every woman
for a
not.
$60 nail set, full set. People are really out here sucking penis for a $60 nail set. Like people really are
Exactly.
doing that.
Exactly. People really out here fucking for a fucking chicken box. Sucking dick for a chicken box.
They really are.
Are we
But my
mad?
thing
That's the
is,
Are we
truth.
mad? Are we
I'm not mad. What I'm frustrated about is my
mad at
It
the
makes
frustration
man for
the.
lies.
presenting
I
that as an
understand where.
Wait a minute.
opportunity?
My
No,
frustration
I
lies
understand
Because
where her
some
in
of our
men
frustration coming
parents,
from
thinking
some of our parents,
because then she's left
but
because her
some
expectations are different.
men think that every woman that they come in contact with is out here fucking for something. Everybody not out here fucking for a flight. Every
But
woman
those
that you
are
meet is not
the
out here
those
fucking for something.
man you've been coming across. Because I don't think every
Your
and
phone breaking
some
up.
women will fail the
yeah,
test.
right.
Your phone breaking up.
Most times, I don't think every man is like that. Just like I don't think every woman. Women are failing the test. You're
Right.
failing.
Yeah,
A man is
women are
testing
And
you.
women are failing the test.
Endure Endure was just saying these girls want body money, playing rent, and think
And
they
yeah,
going,
and they're not gonna pay it back in pleasure. You are absolutely right. Bitches
why
out here
would
really
you
thinking that,
why
but
would
then,
you
but then you got the men who get mad when I don't want to fuck you for that. Oh, you don't want this? No, I don't. I
but
don't
like
need that.
okay, so
I'm
let's
good.
go back. So
You
But,
got
let's
the
go
men
back
but
who out here
understand,
mad about you.
Crystal. Understand,
so
Crystal.
let's
The
go
last 5 women did go for it.
The
exactly.
last
That's what I'm
five
saying.
did. The last
Yeah.
five did, but everybody
So
ain't.
that's what I understand. So now I understand. That's what I'm saying. I understand where BlackRoses, where her frustration lies, because by the time she gets this person, he's already gotten this pattern set that this is what's expected of me. So now he gonna come off at her the same way because he already done had it 5 times before. So
You
I
know what,
understand her
Indira?
frustrations
You
because now
are
she gets
absolutely
Hmm.
some.
right. Indira said, I think the ones that's fucking for
But
free
guess
are just as
what?
out
Guess
of order
what?
as the
The
ones that don't
behavior.
tell the truth about fucking for free. You are true.
But guess
Yeah,
what?
you have
Guess
to
what,
be
Crystal?
what?
Behavior often starts with her. Often
Yeah.
opportunity. Well, we can have a little fun if or I can go chill if you help me with, get this new refrigerator or get my child school clothes. Like, what
I feel like
what
men, I
women know
feel
how to
like, in my
present it.
honest, my most humble opinion, I feel like
What
men
I
who
look
do
like just
that
paying a bill
saw
for
their
you
mama do
for
that shit.
nothing.
I ain't even gonna lie. I feel like men who do that saw their mama do that shit. Saw their mama fuck somebody for the bills. Saw their mama
Women
fuck
who
somebody
do
for
it,
food.
women who
I
do
feel
it,
like men who do that
and
don't
and I'm
feel
not
right.
defending either side, but women saw their mothers do it. Women
Yeah.
Right.
saw their
And
fathers
that's why
do it
they
to
feel
other
comfortable with
women.
doing
Women
it. And
saw
that's
their
why they
mothers
feel
do it
comfortable with doing
to
it.
other men.
We as grown women need to
Right.
set a standard
Right.
and have
Where
a
you
debate
think
and
they
debate what
learned
we
it?
will accept.
Both
Yeah.
men and
And
women.
so
That's
and
why
so
I
go
said
and
raising your children better.
And so that's what I get ready to say. And so going back to our topic about wife versus girlfriend, that brings us right back to that, Nate, what you said. Stop bringing everybody around your children. You can't bring everybody around your daggone
Hmm.
child, everybody that you date, because they watching
That
you.
should be a standard. That should be a standard. But I know everybody don't live up to that standard. Men don't live. Women don't live up to that standard.
That's
I
so
know women.
traumatizing for
But
children,
see,
though.
women don't live up to their stand to
That is
that
so
standard until their
traumatizing for
baby
children.
father. Women don't. Some women don't live up to that standard until they baby father got another fucking girlfriend, and it's like, oh, don't bring my daughter around that bitch. Don't.
And
But you got every
Because
time
he's
they
not
get
with
her
you.
around your motherfucking kids, it's okay for you. But the
and
moment
the
he get a stable girlfriend, don't bring my daughter around that bitch. My
and the
son can't go around that bitch.
and another thing is when it comes to stuff like that, it's a double standard and it should not be. Men have to
Gerard,
pay
you put the
attention to
nail in
stop
the fucking
thinking.
coffin. Gerard said you also had these females that talk that money shit, so that's how niggas come at them. And
That's
you
true.
you can't you cannot sit there and make me believe that we're having a decent adult conversation, and then all of a sudden you think that because you bought me a Starbucks coffee and a fucking Dunkin' Donuts donut that I'm supposed to fuck you. These people, I know
But
these people are having
Kay
these
just said it.
conversations. Ain't
But
no
Kay just
man
said it.
just
There are ones out there doing it for less.
yeah, there are
There are
ones out
ones
here
out
doing
there
it for
that's
less.
doing it for a cell phone bill or a pair of shoes. I've had I know I've had girls bring a dude into my shop and buy them earrings that they wanted from me. And I know she had no intention because she just brought another dude in here that did the same thing and he paid for it.
Mm.
Like,
But
I
vice,
mean,
but vice versa, because I've had guys when I was dating. My father had drove no nice cars like Mercedes Benz and things like that, and so he would let me borrow his car on the weekend when he would go on trips and business trips. And so I had guys see me pull up at the gas station, and they coming over just because they see me in that Mercedes Benz. So it's the same thing on both sides with men too. They think the same thing. They see me pull up.
mhm,
Now I have been to that same. I went to that same gas station. I don't know how many times with my car, which was a Honda Sonata. I pulled to that gas station. I don't know how many times, and I've seen guys come up there. The one time I pulled to that same gas station in my father's Mercedes Benz, this guy got out of his car, came over to me when it was raining, bought me an umbrella, and said, "You don't need to pump your gas." Where'd that come from? Because I done been to the same gas station like
Where
for
you come from?
years.
I see you here every
well,
week.
but you know what? You know what's happening with men right now? They're playing the same game that women have always played.
I
They're
don't
getting
think so.
taken, they're getting flued out, they're getting, trips and dinners paid for them.
And I
They
think
get
women
brand new
And I think
jewelry.
women,
I
brand
do
new
believe the
jewelry.
roles
I
are
do
reversed.
believe the roles are reversing.
Wait a minute. I do believe
Wait
the
a minute.
roles
I
are
do believe the
reversing.
roles are reversing.
But
But
however, wait a minute.
however, oh,
What's this echo?
You
Hello?
had it turned on another one.
No.
There you go.
there
I
you
do
go.
believe the
I
roles
do
are
believe the
reversing.
roles are reversing.
Why is it echoing?
Why is it echoing?
It's something turned
It's
on,
something
either you
turned
turned
on. Either
on
you turned on
your headsets
your
or it's
headset
on
or it's
the
on
devices.
the devices. I can't hear nothing. And
She went
she
off.
went she went off. I can't hear either. I
Is it
can't hear
your
either.
did your
Is it
headsets
did
turn
your
on?
headset turn on?
Did you turn your head buds back on?
No, all right, I can hear now.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's the same.
Jared
That's
says I done had females from the jump ask about money, and I be like, no, I'm good. I see what you about.
right, because that's what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying. That's because they're already used to that. They're already used to guys prior to you who have done that, who are willing to buy a bag with so they're used to it. So they know, okay, that's why they come up front, because it's like, all right, I already know that I need
Hmm.
X. So X, I want $200 for my cell phone bill. So I'm gonna come up front and say it. I need $200, and I know I'm gonna suck your dick if you give me $200. You know what I'm
But
saying?
Kay, that concept is not new. However, this generation has no problems with asking. I call this the begging generation. This generation has
Yeah.
no, and it's not
You
just
ain't
a
never
certain
lied.
group of people. It is people all have no problem with asking you
No
for
problem with
shit
begging.
that is
No
not your
problem.
responsibility. I just met
Right.
you, and you already asking me.
For
And
$40.
the first time I've experienced this was in Atlanta, and you'll go there, and if you look like anything, like if they know you got a job, yo, I'm really doing bad right now. You like, well, first of all, can you tell me your name?
Yeah.
Like before you
That's
start asking.
that's
You got
even on
people
Instagram.
online now. Some of these people
Yes.
who are posing as Instagrammers or YouTubers,
Yeah.
the moment you start a conversation with them, whether they initiate it or not, uh, can I borrow? I had somebody ask me, can they borrow $250? This person didn't even have a photo of them on their Instagram.
You want to borrow $250 from me.
True.
But
I don't.
it's
It's
coming
like
from both
rare.
sides now, and women are
Exactly.
mad that men are playing the game that they done perfected, and men
I
know how
think
to
that
do
it
it
is,
so smooth right now.
I think in my most humble opinion, the roles are reversing absolutely.
They are.
The men are now becoming the beggars and the scammers, and the women are now becoming the players. The women are
But
now
they not even scammers though. These men not scammers. All they doing is putting their hoochie daddy shorts on and showing you how big their print is, and
they
you all in their comment section. You
is
sending cash apps. Just look
Right.
on social media.
Sure
I
do. I get
swear.
cash all the daggone time. My daggone thing. Send me your cash. No, because I don't know
no,
what's
no,
going on.
I'm not
Well,
doing
I
that.
don't know you. Who is you?
I think that we are now in the era, like you said, of the beggars. We are in the begging era, and it's like we are
They do have
we are in
jobs.
the era
Hmm.
of the beggars, and then the people who
They work right
are
next to you. They're in the
They just
cubicle
don't
right
want to
next
spend
to
their
you.
money.
Yeah.
no, I don't. You know what, Miss Sharon? I don't think some of them do have jobs. Some their job is begging. They jobs are begging.
And some of them just don't want to spend their money. Their money is not their money is their money, and
But
Javon,
nothing,
Javon is
nothing,
saying
and
they're
I was so hesitant about getting to this
right.
age where
me
ain't
too.
nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new
But
under
I
the sun.
grew up with I grew up with those type of men. It wasn't outwardly the way it is now because social media allows you to be on Front Street with it.
Yeah.
But nothing is new. You had an
Yeah.
uncle that was a gigolo. You had an auntie that was a jigger mama that was
Or
out
your
there
grandmother,
taking their fare. Right.
or your grandmother. You right,
Right.
Jerome. This shit is a turn off on both sides. But you know,
Huh.
some men don't want to date a woman that ain't begging. Some men don't want to date a woman that they can't do nothing for. A lot of these people don't want to date a person that they don't feel like they gotta do something for. When a motherfucker come in contact with somebody that they gotta be like, oh, she need me, cha-ching, I got one, I got one.
Jump. And Dara said it. I
You know,
can name
God is
you.
coming from girls pocket.
I can tell you my uncle's names right now, and Dara probably met one of them. I ain't never had nothing in their name, but always
Never
fresh.
had nothing in their name. Never.
Always
Always
ain't had a
always.
job to boot, but they
They
always
should
fresh.
always had a call, always had the latest this, always got that, and
Life
they
ain't
never
that
had
bad.
nothing in their damn name.
Life ain't
Yeah.
that bad.
But the only difference now,
You on
people have
vacation?
made a business out of it. It's a business now. So now it's not just
You on
the
vacation?
drug dealer putting you up in your own apartment, but now that apartment is in your name. So
Yeah,
you go out and get it,
yeah,
and then you
yeah.
get them to maintain it. And that's happening on both sides.
Right.
I know
On
plenty of
both sides.
people.
Now I know
And
plenty of women
they
living,
ain't all
and I know
cute. They
plenty of
ain't
women
all
living
model
in the
types.
guy's pockets
They
too.
sure ain't. Cause I had a guy do it to me. Remember the guy I used to date with the cockeyed? Y'all did. You
I
stay the
know
guy
a
with the
lot
cockeyed.
of people who
Remember
do the
You let a
he bought
cockeyed
me a
dude
car.
get you?
He bought me a car and put it in some random little dumb chick name, but bought it for
Who?
me. And it
Yeah,
wasn't until I got pulled over and was getting the ticket. They was like, "Who's Keisha Farrar?" I'm like, who is that? I thought his name was
who is
Steven
Keisha?
something. Who the hell is that? But I was so
that's
young.
happening.
I didn't even pay attention. I was so young, it didn't dawn on me. I just knew that this guy bought me a car. We were dating. We were in a relationship. We were dating. It wasn't me doing no side stuff. We were actually dating. And he bought me an Infinity. But when I got pulled over one time, they was like, "Are you Keisha?" So I'm
Or
like,
she
"Who the
bought
hell
you.
is Keisha?"
Keisha bought you an Infinity.
Okay,
He was
Keisha.
a drug dealer. So he was
Mm-hmm.
using Keisha to put the
Yeah.
car in his name and then went and bought it for his actual girlfriend, who was B.
And
And but here's the
somewhere in
thing.
this world, Keisha saying telling the same story. You
But
know,
he
this girl was driving around in the car that I bought for him.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing that
Okay, in
confused
America,
me.
Keisha is
Why
telling the
aren't
truth.
you at okay? But here's the thing that confused me, Keisha. Why aren't you asking where is your car that you just put? Why is you
They
not
tell
asking
you
why
under
I'll
the
never see this
sun.
car?
Because
They
he
right.
told her he let his
When you
sister
don't use
drive
them
it.
for their money, they say you too strong, you too
And I'm
independent.
telling you, the game that my uncles put in me, he told her that his sister broke her car and she letting her use it.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
That's what a
I
sister
felt
thing he
bad.
never
I
met.
really felt bad
The
because I'm
sister
like,
she ain't never even, niggas be like, yo, can I hold this or that until my girl get paid? Like, nigga, what? Yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad I got out of the game. That life, it is exhausting. The dating life is so
oh
exhausting
god.
because
She
you have to
said until my
literally
girl get
put
paid,
the
I
needle
can
in the
die.
fucking haystack because he got Keisha in the car too.
Yep. And somebody else bought
He
Keisha
got
car.
Keisha car too. Yep. Told Keisha put both of these cars in your name. I'm gonna buy me one. I'm gonna buy you one.
And
And
guess
yet,
what? Guess what all of y'all did? Y'all let him drive that car whenever y'all
yep,
felt like it.
yep, yep.
It wasn't in my
That's the
name, so I
baby
ain't
boy
give a
story.
damn.
That's baby boy story.
It wasn't in my
Baby
name,
boy
so I
shit.
ain't give a damn. It wasn't in my
Baby
name,
boy
it was a
shit.
Keisha name.
It's
Be
so
careful,
crazy.
because if you're
It's
not
so
Keisha, you'll become Keisha.
The
Uh-uh.
dating world is exhausting. The dating world is
I ain't played that
becoming
game because guess
so
what? I flipped it on his ass. As soon as he got locked up, I was out. I ain't
See,
the one. I ain't the one to hold you
listen to what
down.
Sharon said. I thought that stuff stopped eons ago, so it ain't new.
never, never,
They just
never,
got Sharon. You
never.
know the difference, and I say this to myself. I was sitting with Tamika one day. I was sitting in the Fridays. Is that Fridays or what's that across from in Mondawmin? Is that
Fridays.
Fridays? We
Yeah.
were sitting in that restaurant, and I said, if this restaurant existed, and I had a square reader when I was in Coppin, the game would have been different. And see, now the game is different.
The game
I
is
had a
different.
homeless man walk up to me, and I said, I don't have no cash on me. He said, I
He
got
said,
cash, Dad.
ah, that happened to me. That happened to
It
me
probably
when
was
I
the
used to
same
work at
person.
Washington Boulevard. When I used to work on Washington Boulevard at the Montgomery Ward building. I used to go
Oh,
to Royal Farms across the street all the time. We all
Mm-hmm.
used to go there. I went there one day. The man said, "Ma'am, you got $1? You can spend." I said, "Baby, I don't have no money." This man said, "I got cash at."
Mm-hmm.
Bitch,
Yeah. And what you gonna say?
I said, "I still ain't giving it to you. I still ain't."
See, you should have said that to begin with.
he said I got cancer.
Gerard says you got some females that don't care what a nigga do as long as he
He
giving
giving
her
her
money.
money. You right.
Yep.
That's
You
true.
got some women who don't give a damn. The game is so deadly now, baby. It's so hard, y'all.
See,
It's
Sharon from a different generation where she knew them games was being played. But they did it. It was a respect level from it. Like you wasn't gonna come into Miss Shirley house and think you was gonna put your feet up and you not participating
Paying
in
the bill.
the flow of money in that house.
You ain't paying the
But
bill. You ain't paying a light bill or something.
now the Miss Shirley don't even have a house. Miss Shirley living with somebody else and looking
mm-hmm.
fly off of somebody else's dime. So them same dudes that Gerard were talking about, they not the main dudes. You not the main dude. If you free, if you getting her free meals and taking her on trips, trust me, you're not the main dude. The main
Right.
dude is taking her money. The main dude is
Ain't
driving in the car that you helping her pay the car note for every month.
Right.
Mm.
That's
This is
true.
Barbara versus Miss Shirley type stuff out here, and the game is messed up.
That's true.
The
That's
game
true.
is the game
That is
because it
definitely
got
true.
people got greedy. Now there are no limits to what people will ask for. At first, you would
That
ask for
is
money. You
true.
never really asked for money for your personal stuff. You made a way to do that, but you would ask for a rent, or if you needed a new generator, or your car
Right.
broke down. Now these people are asking, like you said, can you give me some McDonald's? Can you
McDonald's. Can you take me to
can you get
McCormick and
my
Schmidt?
daughter some uniforms?
Can you take me to McCormick and Schmidt?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for shit
That's
Can
that
you?
you
true.
can't afford to do for yourself. You
Yeah.
never ask people to do. You always
You
ask stuff for your
That's
need.
bothersome
That
for
is something
me.
that you can't do for
That's
yourself.
bothersome. That's really bothersome for me. Having people have certain expectations set on what they want you to do for them that they can't do for themselves. It
Mm-hmm.
bothers me, include even when it comes like okay, so when I don't know if y'all remember when Kmart.
Now he was hot.
I'm telling you, if we had these apps,
I felt like I was with y'all that day. I really felt like I was with y'all that day.
oh my God, when I
I
tell
don't
you,
know. I really felt like I remember this.
when I really tell you all, when if I had these tools back at Coppin days, if that even if it was just that restaurant at Mondawmin, like that is just a spot.
They said, "Oh,
I
I
wouldn't
been
even be
good
talking
back
to y'all.
then."
I'm being real with you. I wouldn't even be in
Right.
your vicinity right now. You wouldn't even know me. You probably would have met me some other kind of way. Because the game is so sophisticated now. You don't
But
even
that
gotta and it is no and guess what? The real old school guys, they still want to do stuff with cash because they don't want a paper trail. Because
Yeah.
now these types
yeah,
of things leave a paper trail. You give somebody a cash app, who did you send such and such to? Because Keisha really owns that cash app and that bank account you keep doing these transfer out of.
right. She sure
But
do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure do. Because that is true, Nate. Because listen, let me tell you something. My brother that's in jail, every time he called and he asked me to send a cash app to somebody else that's in jail, I ain't got nothing but girls in my cash app.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but girls in my cash app.
COs. 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 Mm-hmm.
Nothing but girls in my cash app.
COs. Oh, that's a whole nother level. That's the old pen pal game right there. They in jail.
And
You
I
like,
kept wondering that.
he's
I
sending
kept
you
wondering that.
pictures home from jail. This nigga got fresh Jordans on, and how this nigga getting fresh feet? That's
But
a
I
pen
kept,
pal right
but
there. That's a
but
pen
I
pal. They
kept
call them pen
wondering
pals.
that. I'm like, why is it only girls that he giving me cash apps to send money to? It's only
From the
girls. Like, y'all
CO,
really out here doing that?
because
Y'all
they a
really got that kind
CO,
of
and they
time?
gonna slide them. They go put it
That's
on
a
this
whole nother
book for him.
conversation too. I wanted to do a show about that. Women who out here waiting on their prison husbands or their prison boyfriends to get out of jail.
We call them
Not
pen
gonna happen.
pals. They call
Not
Not
I.
pen pal love.
Not I.
Not
That's the
I.
pen pal love.
Not
You
I.
go.
I,
You
I
go to
said
jail. You
I'm
might as
not
well
gonna
look
lie
up.
to you. One of my uncles, I set him up on one of those prison websites. I set his profile up, and I'm probably aiding and abetting his extortion life now.
They don't want their
Well,
wives
I
to
did
know.
that a minute ago.
Oh,
It's called it was called, and that site is down now. It was called the Pampered Prisoner.
what?
And when I tell you, I would get because it was still connected to my email address. So every time somebody would send, it would be random people going on the site sending these prisoners
Looking
emails.
for men. Yeah, looking for
And
prison.
I would get, and it would be men and women sending him messages.
No.
You need anything? I live out in the Jessup area. I can bring you a package if you need it.
Oh my God.
They are sending it.
My time is
So
my
now
time.
that some of
You
the
did the
jails have it
crime. I'm
set up
not
where they
spending my
can.
time with you. We both ain't in jail. We both not in jail. We ain't finna do
I
this.
ain't
And
doing
Dara
it. I'm
said the
sorry.
jail
I'm not
ministry.
doing your
Yes,
sentence
the
with
jail ministry. And Dara no. And Dara done took that. She said jail ministry. She done took that trip up to
The
Jessup.
jail
That
ministry.
one way
with the bus
in.
on
That
the
right.
van.
That one way
The
in.
van.
Yup.
Look,
That bus from down. Where did it used to pick you up in front of the arena?
Yeah.
let me
My
tell you
aunt
Yup.
used to
something.
catch that bus.
I would never, and I could never.
My aunt used to catch that bus. Guess what? So my aunt used to catch that bus to see this man every freaking weekend. And this man was in jail forever. I'm talking about, when I say forever, I mean when I was like 13, 14, still living around Park Heights. When my grandma lived around Park Heights.
When I tell you third is laws, she
Prison.
yes, they have websites. Some of the
They
jails
have
now, the
websites so
prisoners
you can
have
get a
access.
printout.
Right, the prisoners have access to computers, so they have apps now that you
Prisoners
can
have
set up
cell
for them
phones.
on
They
the
be on
outside.
Yeah,
TikTok.
they got cell phones. They talk
Honey,
on
they
cell
be on
phones.
TikTok
Oh
showing
yeah,
how they got their whole
Facebook.
cell done.
y'all know the prisoner that was making clothes in jail. I interviewed him. I interviewed him on his burner phone. That's
Wow.
why the interview ain't never come out until he get out of jail. That's when I'll put the interview out.
Wow.
He was on jail having fashion shows. Like now they be singing and
They be doing
having
everything
good old. They be having
random.
their own podcast.
It's one dude who on TikTok who show you how to make certain prison foods. He in prison and he
Yeah.
will show you how to make like a burrito. He'll show you how he make XYZ. He be making food, honey. They be hooking the shit out. They be having their grease, fried chicken, all that.
Mm-hmm. You done had one of them before?
Me? Hell no.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
I'm telling the truth and shaming the damn devil. You better ask Gerard. I never talk to a nigga in jail. You better hope you get a phone call. You better hope I answer. You better hope I answer. You better ask my sister.
I'm not spending my sentence with you.
I don't do jail.
And Dara said, nope, it wasn't Jessup. It was Patuxent. Look at her. Look at her. Telling her business. And Dara is telling her business.
I don't even like to go see my brother. I don't even like to go see my own family that's locked up.
The judge breaks us up every time.
I be making excuses. I be making excuses for my own brother. No, I can't even do it. I got work. I can't even do it.
I'm not fucking coming. Don't ask me to do shit. Don't ask me to write because I'm not writing.
I don't even do it for my brother. My brother write me. I read the letter. I put it down. You better not.
That definitely needs to be one of y'all next shows because that whole system.
My brother will hit me up on Instagram like, "Hey sis, nigga, you still locked up. If you don't get off my phone,
Right. You not implicating me in your crimes. No,
he
you
gonna
won't.
ask me, can I make him a cash app? No, the fuck I cannot. No, I cannot.
Mm-mm.
I want no parts
Mm-mm.
of it.
Prison.
No.
Did y'all see?
So they
Hold
can
on. Did
trace
y'all
that.
see?
So they trace that IP address back to your
For me.
phone. No.
Oh no.
Did
Oh
y'all see the woman that went up to the prison and she kissed the guy and he had an overdose from the drugs and she got
what?
locked up? She took the
Because he
she had
passed
the
it in our
drugs.
mouth.
She put it in her
I said
mouth.
everybody that's in the streets is in jail, and Dara said I've done a variety of experiences before retirement. I know
Oh
that's
Lord, not before retirement. Go ahead, Indira.
mm.
Indira's a mess.
Sharice just got
Tamika
in the
said
jailhouse.
sheriff's got
Sharice got
Mm-hmm.
Sharice got them doing the hookups and everything. Listen, they are coming home from prison doing stir fries with the noodles and shit. So calling it stir fries, nigga. This is a hookup. This is a
Yeah.
hookup. Sausages and eggs in it. Y'all making hookups.
Gerard says Crystal big capping. She definitely answered my calls.
Girl, I answered
Oh,
maybe one or two. Don't act like I answered a
He gonna
whole
call
bunch
you
because
out.
I
He
did
called
not.
you out.
I did
How
not.
many times
I did not.
Gerard, how many times she answered the phone? Gerard, how many
First of
times she
all,
answered the phone?
Gerard, it
every
wasn't like
time he
Gerard did
called,
years. Let
every
me just say that.
time.
It wasn't like Gerard was doing like 5 years or 10 years. He did like 18 months, something like that. I ain't never, it wasn't no,
So he
like,
tried to say he did hard.
he act like he did some time. Nigga, you did like 18 months. Cut it the fuck out. Like,
Sharon acting like she don't know none of this. You may not know it's still going on, but Sharon, you come stop playing.
She
he
had at
said,
least one.
I saw the transfer kiss, yeah.
Yep. And that man overdosed. Her boyfriend overdosed because he swallowed it.
Yep,
Oh, you dummy.
dummy, big dummy.
He overdosed. He swallowed it. So he could put it back in there, and he overdosed, and they charged her with his murder.
She ain't rapping or nothing?
She I don't know. I think it might have exploded or when he swallowed it. She
Mm.
might not have wrapped it good because and it might have
Look
the
at
acid in the
look at
stomach.
K, Crystal. Look at K. Look at K. She didn't rap it good.
Look,
Look at K.
I seen it
Look at
wait a
K.
before.
minute.
No, I'm saying
How
I
did you
seen
know
it.
all of this?
No, I
Mm-hmm.
seen it before because I used to watch that those prison shows that they
Girl,
have
you
on
capping.
TV.
You capping now. Not no fucking every time you call. Stop it. Stop it.
Mm.
Oh, you said that on every time you call. You picked up.
Time is time.
He said, "What you talking about? His 18 months might not have been nothing to you, but to him, that was a long time."
Wait a minute, Miss Sharon. Not the prison visit was an experience.
It is. I remember as a child going, and I wrote a monologue about it. That's how serious it
I
was
could
for
never.
me.
I could never.
All them buzzers and things slamming, and
I couldn't.
I can detail to you what that visiting room over at the city jail used to look like.
Oh my God.
I can tell you the long hallway outside you had to walk down to get into the other building. I
What?
the before you get into the waiting room was to the left. It ain't had no windows in it. And before you get to the waiting room, it was a room if you brought them a package where they would go through it.
And
And
this
then when you're in
the street
I
or whatever the fuck street it is.
mm,
I can't. I can honestly say I've never done a jail visit with anybody. I have
not as an adult. I refuse to go as an
not
adult.
even as a child. I have never been to. I got locked up for a couple hours,
Oh,
but
oh,
not
let the
like
truth
I
really
went
be
to go visit
told.
somebody. Nope.
Let's put that on the next show. Crystal Jail Spree.
Oh, and Dara know too. And Dara said the rapping was not proper.
Yeah.
Well,
I
how
watched that
Oh,
jail.
Stern used to get on that bus. Stern used to get on that bus. Ah, Stern got on that bus.
I can imagine being a baby mama or something, and then the other baby mama come. I was
Oh,
definitely never
it
seen
ain't gonna let them.
Stern
They let
said,
them.
Stern
And
said
they
she
be
was
sitting
a pen
beside each
pal.
other.
she was a pen
Stern
pal.
was
She
a pen
never
pal.
was no porn star.
Stern, did you used to get the stuff that used to be made out the cigarette wrapping? Like the little boxes and the picture frames they made out the cigarette cartons and stuff. Oh, and they were getting a flashback. Sher- Sharon's starting to remember. Sharon's starting to remember.
Said Derek get a flashback. Oh no, I would
You
never
go
go
with
back.
somebody you just was locked up for that visit. I know. That's what I keep hearing. It's like they
Yeah,
search you. They take everything from you. You
Yeah,
can't have
that's how it make you feel. I was getting ready to say that. That's crazy. I was getting ready to say that.
you gotta put
Going
all
to
your
somebody in
belongings in the
jail,
locker.
baby. I would
it
turn
make you
around. It's
it
no way
make
in
you
hell.
feel like you a prisoner yourself.
Oh,
It
It's
really
no way in
does.
Sharon
hell.
just made
It's
her
no way in
confession.
hell.
Sharon said she took that bus ride once. She was standing
Never
outside the first Smyrna Arena, and she got on that little white bus,
in the
that
car.
dirty white bus.
That 15 passenger van.
But
I'm gonna
when
do
you
my monologue for when y'all do that episode. I'm gonna open it up with my monologue. I have a whole monologue about that first visit I took on Easter Sunday. We went to go see my
No,
uncle
you
who
he
learned.
crazy.
remember Easter Sunday.
Oh, when
Cause
you see
remember downtown, I think that was it was right there on Utah Street, Utah and Baltimore. It used to be a person there on Easter Sunday and they would have like the picture background
not
right on
Easter
the
Sunday.
street. I remember
Not
getting my
Easter
picture
Sunday.
taken and then
Sunday.
we went and got on the van.
Who the hell you was gonna go see?
His
On
uncle, he
Easter
said
on
his
my uncle, one of my uncles.
Oh hell no. Right.
Yeah.
Hell no. The great
I
Yeah.
went to
grandfather.
go
And
I
Deborah, look at Deborah got a couple of those cigarette art pieces. She said they become the great the cards you get sent are just
Oh my god,
phenomenal.
they be so talented.
They
They
be
be
so
so
talented.
talented.
Cause they have a
Yeah,
Ain't
good
never picked up
time.
it's some
ain't picked up a
phenomenal
crayon since they
artists.
was a child, but they become
They ain't
little
got no good
artists.
time.
Wait a minute, ain't wrote a poem in ages.
Ain't wrote
They
a
ain't
the
got no good
poem.
time.
But you know what? They used to pay
They
people to
become
write those because
ramblers.
my uncle was one of the guys in there who would draw the card and write the card up from. He was a poet and an
Wow.
artist. He ain't never do none of that shit outside. But when he
They
went in
become
jail,
ramblers.
that became how he
They
got
ramblers
paid.
in jail, and they letting everybody know when they get out they want to do a record.
Oh, the songs that they send you songs and poems and
When I get
cards.
out, I'm gonna make a record.
I wrote this song for you. Like
And
y'all be
Dara
sitting
said I
there.
messed up my hood underwire bra. I was pissed. Oh, they made her take the wire out her bra. Oh,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine going through that, y'all. I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't.
whatever.
When we went to
Girl,
go see
you lived in Park. You went to go see at least one person.
Never,
we
never.
went
I can
when me and
honestly
my
say
mother went to
never,
go see when me and my mother
never
went to go
went to
see
go
my
see
little brother.
anybody. I don't even know. I know what the inside of the jail looked like because I was in there for 6 hours. But I can honestly say I have never
Oh, girl,
been.
you wasn't even in jail. You was in holding.
Yeah, they let me
He
out
said
on
you
my
was at
own.
home.
I got
How
locked
long
up
did you
at like
stay?
6 o'clock. I got out at like 6 o'clock the next day, the next
Oh,
morning.
that's what I'm gonna ask. How long
Oh,
you see?
it was overnight, so she felt like she spent the day in jail.
Yeah, I did. I spent the day in jail.
Did they give you
You
breakfast or dinner? Did you
you
go
Oh
to
came
no,
the
out with the little slippers on. Did you
no,
have your
I
slippers?
had my regular clothes on. They
Oh,
they
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 must only
said
do that with
it
the
was
prostitutes.
they was like it's a difference between the stir fry and the hookup. It's the same thing.
No, it's not. They
okay.
got better ingredients. When they come out here, they got the actual ingredients.
For a stir
Yeah.
fry or a hookup.
Both
On a
I
of them.
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. But I don't know nothing about
Hold
no
on.
none
So
of that.
wait a minute. Is the hookup the one with the hot dogs and the noodles? Is that the hookup? The one with the hot
All
dogs and
of
the
it is
noodles?
called the hookup. All of
All
it
of
is
it is
called the
for the
hookup.
hookup. It's all the same thing. That's what I say.
It's all called the hookup. Like
But
they
wait a
can.
minute.
My uncle used
Hot
to.
dogs and noodles is like a project meal now, baby.
Right,
They doing steak and shrimp and they putting
You
right.
right.
fish in it. Honey,
You
they
right.
doing
Cause
it.
my brother, cause I call my brother. So my brother and my husband brother, they both the same age. They locked up in the same jail together.
Oh
And
Lord.
so and they have their phone calls on the same. They have their phone calls at the same time.
They
Yeah,
had a family plan. You had them on a
they
family
double
plan.
time. They literally double time you on the
Family
phone
plan.
call. He will be my husband brother will call him on his phone
So
and
give
say,
me
"I
your
need you
time
to
this week, cuz. Give me your
stop."
time this week.
Hey, bro, let me get some
I gotta
time,
talk to
bro.
Bill for my
They
babies
My
this
brother,
did.
week.
it's my brother. Let me
They
get some
pass
time, brother.
messages to each other. It's a mess. They pass messages to each other. If my brother calling me, hey, tell my brother I'm about to call him. Vice
Get
versa.
here. Yo, here, you talk to her and I'm gonna talk to her. Give me the phone.
Right. That's
Mom's on the
they
phone this
did.
weekend.
They have visits.
You
They
call
have
your mom, I'm
phone
gonna call
calls.
mine.
They
Right.
had they did. They had phone calls at the same time. He'd be
Call your mom, I'm
upstairs
gonna call mine.
and his brother be downstairs, and they will walk away to yell at the other person what one of us said, and then come back to the phone.
Do they
I don't know
charge
about
when
I
they
haven't
call you
taken a
from
jail
this
call
phone?
in years. I don't know about that.
I don't
They
know.
both be on the phone at the same time. I be sitting there talking to my brother on the
Mm-hmm.
couch, and my husband be standing there
Wait
talking
a
to
minute,
his
they
brother
charge
over
you?
in the
They used to
corner.
charge you for taking a jail
Yeah,
call?
they, yep,
Yeah.
yes, they did.
It
They
was
used
a
to charge
collect
collect
call.
call. Yeah, collect call.
So
You
they
know
don't
what
call
it
collect
said.
you?
You have a collect call
Collect call
from
from, yeah.
the
Yeah, I really thought that
DSW
they was calling
facility.
collect though. I thought that they was really dialing
No,
like
they
one eight
charge
hundred
your phone.
collect.
You ain't never seen. My grandmother used to get the bill. That's what I'm saying. My aunt dated this guy for years, and my
I
grandmother
do
only had a
know. I do
landline.
know the number like 443-600 because my sister used to call
Look
when
at
my
that.
sister
That's a
was
damn
locked up.
shame. She
When
didn't
my
remember. I
sister
didn't
was
even
locked up,
remember the number.
my sister was locked up like a couple years ago, and she used to call home for her daughter, and I'd be like, "Who the fuck is this 600 or six something number?" I used to be like, "Girl, I almost didn't answer."
There it
Okay,
says
so
hookup
wait,
have mayo, stir fry don't, and every ingredient on the streets is in prison. Yeah, my uncle used to make the pizza. He know how to make the pizza crust with the Doritos,
from the
with the
Doritos,
chips.
yeah. I
Hmm.
be seeing the man on TikTok do
The
it. He
shit
be
look
making
disgusting. It
it
tastes
look
like
so
something, but
flavorful.
watching them make
That's
it
what I
is
was
totally
trying to figure
disgusting.
out, though. I was trying
It
to
is
figure
just
out like
fucking
how
up.
they make that stuff. Because one day
What be
when
how
my
they cut
brother,
it? You ever seen them with the
It's a guy on YouTube. He makes the jail things the way they made it in jail. He's out now, but he has a YouTube channel where he shows you how to make it. It's a black older man.
I'm gonna see if I can find
okay,
that guy on
Like
TikTok.
you get the bag of chips and you pour the hot water in it and
I
you
said, you
put
better make
whatever
that.
ingredients in it and you get the chips real soggy and
This
you
guy
drop.
right here. I don't know if y'all can see him. Let me see.
Yeah, I can. That's him.
I
Yeah.
think
Making the jail food.
Uh huh. Yeah,
He
that's
be
him.
making
It's a
the jail
couple of them
food.
now. It was an older man that did it, but he's one of them.
He using Cheez-Its and noodles and shit. Making
Yeah.
he got
what.
everything.
So what I was asking, because I remember when my brother and my husband brother were on the phone one day, they was talking about they was getting ready to make some
It
lasagna.
never said
How the
push
hell you make
one.
lasagna?
Push
Lasagna
one.
out of the noodles, so
With
they don't break
with
the
the
noodles
noodles,
up.
yeah.
They just use layers of the noodles.
They made
Okay.
tamales out of fucking Doritos and
So
shit.
you know how you open up the oodles and noodle pack
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they like
yeah, yeah.
split
You see
apart.
how they done
So
made
you just do the
tamales out of
layers of it.
Doritos?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they just with the noodles they just use the they put a little bit of water on there, let them get a little fat, let them get a
Hmm.
little swollen, and then they make it up.
Look at it. She the housed a jail inmate a couple times before.
I be watching these TikToks.
I don't believe it.
I wish I could.
She'd have got a meal in bed from a hookup.
Now Gerard did used to make a meat. Gerard did used to make some good hookups.
The only one that I used to like was the tuna fish one, the tuna fish and the noodles.
I seen that. Well, I didn't see it. My mother and father used to laugh and joke about stuff like that. And my father, I remember my father brought that up one day. Was like, we had, I don't even know where the conversation came, but him and my mother told me what it was, the tuna fish and the noodles. They told me, I'm like,
Hmm.
what the hell is that? And how y'all know?
That was the first one that they brought home, the tuna fish and the noodles. Now they
Mhm.
making pizzas and like
Yeah,
she
they making
said, they making the lasagnas. They creative. They don't
we
use none of
need,
that
we
shit
really
out on the
to
streets.
do, we really need to do a show about that, because one of the questions I wanna ask is, like, a big thing is, how do you transition once you get out of there? Because y'all keep saying when they
Oh, you
come
want to talk to
home,
one of my
still
uncles? I can get one of my uncles on the line because they don't. See if y'all can contact that man that she
like
watching right now.
the food. Like, how do they transition as far as like the food and stuff
They
like that? Are they
don't.
still
They
making the
you never
same
lived with somebody that just got out of jail.
no.
They transition.
My
They
best friend
live like they in
Sharon,
jail.
my best friend Sharon, her uncle be making stir fries. Them bitches taste so good, and he not in jail. He like to eat that kind of shit. They like he
Yeah,
like.
but a lot of them, if you live with somebody like I used to, I had my uncle stand with me a couple times when they got out, and their transition like they live. If you go in their bedroom, all his lotions and deodorant and all that shit was on one little table in his room. I gave him a whole room, but all that shit was on once. I said, "Sir, you are not in a fucking facility no more."
That's how they live.
The way they take their showers, like he had his little bag that he took into the bathroom with his soap and stuff in it, and then
uh
he'll take it back to his room. I said, "Sir, you free?
Find the
weird.
boy
That is
Instagram.
weird.
You free now?"
Trying to find
That
the
is
boy
weird
the
for
boy
me.
Instagram.
Because
Oh,
it's
we
like an
making stir
OCD.
fries.
The
It's like
way
an
the whole
OCD.
thing of the way they use the bathroom, Like they don't stand up and use the bathroom, like all that.
That
After a
is
while, they
weird.
stop doing it, but it becomes how they cope when they get out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do they transition if they transition? That's
Most of them
weird.
do. Most, but it
That
depends on if they keep going back and forth. If they keep
that's
going in and out, then that's how they begin to live. But as they, if they, the longer they stay out, you'll see some of those habits kind of,
right.
drift away. But a
You
lot of
making
them,
me
they
think
keep them.
that you making me think back to "Don't Be a Menace to Society" while drinking your juice when he had the plate like this. He was sitting there and they was he had the plate.
Not to put the pad thai with Ritz crackers. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm trying to find a boy from Baltimore who be doing them. His name is Lido or whatever the fuck his name
Is
is.
he still in
Be doing
jail?
them. He be having no. He out and he sell the stir fries. I told him Miss Michelle Gregory can do a mean ass hookup, and he ain't in jail no more.
Call,
My Miss
have
Michelle
him
no
come
more.
on. Get him to come
Gregory
on
can
the
do a
show.
mean ass hookup. He's sure the fuck he can do a mean hookup.
Have him come on
Yeah.
the show. Maybe y'all can do a
Gerard
cooking
said
segment.
prison is just a whole different world. It's hard to change back. You have some people who live better in prison than they do at home. That's true.
Yeah. That's
That's
why
true.
they go back
He ain't paying
because
for nothing.
they have a routine that they never had out on the streets. I noticed some of my uncles they have a better their communication is better. They're writing letters and shit like they ain't never wrote nothing in real life. But when they go to jail, they start doing stuff that they don't typically do, reading, writing.
And it all's
They
free.
start
It's
listening to
all free.
music,
And it's
right?
all free. They ain't paying for nothing.
Because, but the thing is, in jail, like I used to teach a course in jail. So they have teachers that they have art teachers, they have people that come over there and teach them about filmmaking. So
Yeah.
they start learning stuff that they never learned outside of them being in school. And most of them dropped out. So a lot of them dropped out. So it just, they get some of them have a better life in jail.
They do. Because
And that's safe to say.
my brother never graduated. The one that's in jail, he never graduated. And now he went and got his
You
GED.
got a degree.
And now he's taking welding classes.
Yep. Yep. So they come out there with trades. Unfortunately, some of their records won't
That's
allow them to
who
necessarily just start
who be
in the
making
workforce, but a
But you
lot of
know
them
what?
come out and start businesses.
I'm
You
trying to
know
think what
what's
the
good,
street
Nate,
name is.
though? You know
Stir
what's
fry
good?
shit he be making.
New York don't do that. Because when I filled out my application for M&T,
Mhm.
David, not going to do is tell David to get the wallet. When I filled out my application for M&T, because my job is based out of New York, their applications are different, I guess, because there's so many guys that have been wrongfully accused and arrested. The application
Mhm.
is different from applications I see here. They don't ask you. There are certain things that I didn't see on the application that you see here, like convictions and stuff like that. I don't think they're allowed to look at certain things like that because
Well,
so many people have.
it's a state law now. So Maryland is not quite like New York, but here in Maryland, they're not allowed to ask you about your record until
Yeah,
they're physically ready to hire you.
right. Or if it doesn't pertain to like, or they ask you specific certain questions. So basically, like on the application, have you ever been
Mhm.
arrested for money laundering, things like that? They don't ask you
If
about
it
other stuff
pertains to
like,
the
have you
job.
ever been locked up for like drug charges or anything? It's like stuff pertaining to that
That
career,
job. But
yeah,
they
that
still
job.
notice even here, you don't get your drug test or your criminal background until that's the last step
Right,
in the
right.
hiring
Well,
until
I
they're
didn't even
ready to
do.
hire you.
That's what I'm saying. In certain states, they're not even doing that. I don't even do that
Mm-hmm.
in New York. When I got
Mm-hmm.
my mother played too much. My mother played.
Mm-hmm.
That's my mother.
She up here? Oh, she visiting?
No, we down in
Girl,
Virginia.
in
We had the family
Virginia.
reunion.
Oh.
We
Oh
had
yeah,
the
you did
resort
say
family.
that.
You were supposed to be
Yeah.
showing us
Tell her we
around and
coming.
everything, but
Tell her we coming.
They said we coming.
I'm waiting for you.
Get
You
the
I'm
heard her,
waiting
food
Nate.
ready. Get the food ready.
You
get the
heard her,
food
Nate.
ready.
with the food
I
be
heard her.
ready.
I don't want no
Get the drinks and the
McDonald's.
food ready.
Oh,
No
you play.
McDonald's.
Don't play my mama cook.
Get the
Yes.
drinks and the food
And
ready.
I got
Look,
10 on that AC
She
because I
get ready
need
to cook
the AC.
now.
Tell I
She
got
get ready to cook
$10
now.
on that AC because I need AC.
this is our menu. Tell them our menu.
Yes, this is our
Read it.
So our family reunion menu is ribs, chicken, hot dogs, hamburger, shrimp, blue crabs,
See,
meat,
see, Crystal, she didn't even invite us.
oxtail,
I want to
macaroni
say
salad,
something, but I
potato
can't.
salad, fish,
Or she
green
invite.
beans. We got a menu.
Oh, or she just don't want to run into somebody else. I understand.
She should have invited y'all. Y'all sure was welcome.
We closer to
Right.
Virginia than she is.
She can go. She can go. Hold on. Don't make that face, Crystal, because I told you ahead of time.
She just
And I
didn't want to
told
run
her,
into
you
somebody.
know, you
Okay,
go
that's all that
everywhere
was.
we go.
Right. But this not that side of the family. This not that side of the
No,
Oh,
it's a whole
people
nother side of the family. Oh no, this is a whole nother side. I go
Right.
with this side that they on now, but the other side, can't have me.
Yeah,
A
we get
couple,
ready to turn up. The
a
kids
couple
right
people on
now
the
is
other
in the
side. No,
pools. So we about to turn up.
that's on this
all
side
right.
of the
Well,
family.
y'all close out because y'all only got a couple minutes.
Oh damn, we did the whole show.
Yes, we sure did. It was an interesting
That's thank you
topic.
for
It was a
y'all
good
guests.
topic.
See all these people tuned in. Y'all need to start tuning in every week.
It was
Yes,
a
every week,
great
y'all. We right here every week.
topic.
This was a great topic. I really
Right.
knew that this was going to be a
Man,
conversation
put my
starter
glasses.
for us.
What you
I
looking
am
for?
thankful for everybody that
It's
tuned
in
in.
that bed.
Remember, we are right here every Saturday from 11 to 1, every single Saturday. I.Am.She Podcast. Tune in on Instagram, Facebook. Tune in on YouTube at the Artist Exchange, you guys, every Saturday. See y'all right back here next week.
Go through that door right there.
So we're
And
gonna
it's
try to find somebody that was a prisoner. Maybe
Yeah,
Jared can
find a
come on.
prisoner.
Is Jared in
Gerard.
Baltimore?
Gerard.
Gerard?
Gerard ain't do that much. Gerard did 18 months, Gerard? What was the longest time
That's
you ever?
enough to learn.
He knows though. Gerard is the very, very, very.
I
So
was
we gonna
trying to figure out. I was trying to
find
figure
somebody
out
to do a
if
cooking
we.
session.
I was trying to figure out if we got a way to because my brother and my husband brother, they can do a video chat, but it's only on Thursday. I was trying to figure out if it's a way that we can
They
get them.
doing video chats? What the hell?
They do every Thursday. They get video chats. They get an hour FaceTime
See, that's
video
why
chat.
they don't have no accountability.
And this is why they go to
No.
prison. At this point, I'm finna go to prison because they don't got to pay no bills. You got cell phones. You got everything. I'm finna go to prison.
Yo, I got to go because my mama done stole my Louis Vuitton glasses and she
Gerard said
creeped
he
out of
did.
here.
He said 18 months. He said, to be specific, 18 months twice.
If you want to tell my business.
That makes a year. That makes a year and a half.
Oh,
That
because
makes
they're
a
not
year and a half.
letting people they're not letting people in the jail right now.
Yeah, it's like a visit.
They are where they are. They are. They just get a video visit as well. They just started.
Okay.
You have to be COVID vaccinated. You have to be COVID vaccinated.
Who popping up pregnant for me, like the wives, when they be having conjugal visits and they be in there like cooking and stuff. Listen, TikTok is where you find out a lot of shit. These women be on TikTok showing like, okay, get ready with me. They do a get ready with me. They call it a get ready with me while I go spend a weekend with my husband in prison. What? The weekend? The weekend?
But
Crystal
y'all, this
sound jealous.
she do.
Crystal sound real jealous.
You should have went and seen Gerard. You should have
Crystal
went and
sound
seen Gerard. You
Miss
should have went and
Michelle
seen.
said she enjoyed herself.
We enjoyed you too, Miss Michelle. I
Yeah.
sound confused because what the fuck you doing spending your weekend in prison?
Well, I guess the penis is good.
I'm definitely
Right.
finna look it up.
That conjugal visit was real good. But anyway, y'all, thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to become a sponsor or you want to become a guest, if you want to become a sponsor or you want to become a guest, you can hit us up on our Facebook, our Instagram, or at our email PodcastIAmShe@gmail.com.
Or if
Just
you
let
have
us
a topic
know.
that you would like to discuss that you really feel like you want to get off
That's
your
a
chest,
good one.
please feel free to hit us up and let us know whatever topic you would like
Let's
for
talk
us
about
to
it.
discuss. Or if you want to come on and discuss it, you got something you want to get off your chest, you got something you want to say and you want to bring awareness to it, bring it on.
If you
Let's
know a
talk.
prisoner, I said not a prisoner, if you know an ex-prisoner, because we're not doing no interviews with nobody behind bars, because we're not about their life. But if you know somebody that's out and they got some recipes they want to share with us, me and Crystal or Kay will come to you. Well, not Kay, because I don't want her going by herself. Uh, but me and Crystal will come to you and we'll make some hookups or we'll figure out a way to bring you somewhere where we can do some hookup meals.
Hook up. We can get you
Right.
a kitchen and hook us up in the kitchen, y'all.
That's
And if your hookup's nasty, we gonna tell you.
Yeah, we gonna tell you. That's
Y'all
a
better
No,
tell
we
them
discussion.
over the
said
phone
we gonna tell you.
after.
We
Y'all
ain't
better tell
scared
them
of
over the
them.
phone
Now, I
after.
don't really eat
You gotta
hookah.
be
I
on.
only
You
eat a
gotta
couple
be on
hookups a week. You
probation.
ain't that
Because
many.
if you do something crazy, we calling your PO.
Calling your PR. Don't be in there trying to do nothing stupid.
No,
No,
because I know a lot of POs. We'll get your name
we will
and
get
we'll
you locked
get
the fuck
you
up.
hooked up, and you'll be back in jail making the
Make
hookups.
it hookup. Making burritos. You know what, Nate? We should do. I'm gonna get on one of these little TikToks and see how they make
Look at her.
these.
Look at her. Look at her.
No,
Look at
listen. I
her.
feel like we should do one though. We should do a
The man
demonstration.
that's on there. The man that you just found.
We should get the ingredients and follow his recipe and make it and see how it tastes.
Okay.
Let's do that. I want to do
He
that.
might know his seasons and stuff like on the back of
Baby,
his like
they don't use no seasoning. They use the season pack from the noodles. That's it.
Yeah, that's their only six.
That's the only season. They use a season pack from the
But
noodles.
Now
anyway,
I'm not going to say anything
The
else
whole
because
meal costs $10. The whole meal costs
that's a
$10.
good one. That's a good show. They should get prisoners to shop. Prisoners show you how to shop on a budget. That is a good show. How to shop on a budget.
we can
If we
do it. I've done
have the
shows
food
like
with a
that. So
card,
if y'all find the person, we can come up with the budget and take them to the market
Prisoner
and
meal
then
prep.
come back
Prisoner
and
meal
do the
prep.
food.
oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna do prisoner
Prisoner
meal
meal
prep.
prep.
You got to
Prisoner
find the
meal prep.
prison though.
I don't know nobody in prison.
Prisoner meal
You
prep.
know a bunch of people that was in prison.
I know one person.
That was a year. That was a year and a half for him. I counted 18 to 18. That's
That
a
was
year
like 20 years ago. That boy ain't been to jail in forever.
You don't
Can we
forget
be the
it.
audience so we can taste it? Nikki crazy. Nikki said, "Can we be the audience so we can taste?" Absolutely. I want to taste it myself. I be looking at these TikToks like that kind of look alright. The food with a card for me though. That stay nice. They use a prison card and cut the food up like really.
All right, y'all. So we done went over our time. But oh yeah, don't forget, we do have our 1 year anniversary coming up. So what we decided as the topic, if you are a Black business owner, women only, if you're a Black business owner, please reach out to us because we have some ideas on our 1 year anniversary. If you would like to be a guest, you can reach out to us on our email at PodcastIAmShe.com or in Instagram or Facebook. We're currently looking for Black women business owners.
Well, you got one in here now. Sharon's one. So put her name down. Tamika one. Who else in here?
Yeah.
So come on.
Indira, didn't you say
Indira. I don't know if Indira ready because Indira feels like she's still about that life. We gotta. We doing background checks.
Yeah, Indira.
We doing
All right,
background
y'all.
checks.
Well, the show is over with. I'm getting ready to jump back in the pool while I'm waiting for this food to get cooked. I'm getting ready to jump back in this pool with the kids. I'm ready.
I'm about to come down to Virginia.
I hope it rains.
Williamsburg.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it because we got an indoor pool too. They got 2 indoor pools with 2 jacuzzis on the inside. It don't even matter.
If it's raining and thundering.
Yes, I can. It don't even matter.
Hi, Cameron.
Girl, I didn't even know he was behind me. All right, y'all. We'll talk to y'all next Saturday. Thank you for joining.
Bye.